Over kings, left their skull and bones expressed with screams. Naked, wet in streams, cold water, running dry, body sunken. Each finger a row of golden rings. Each tell their moments with heroic genes. It's detailed perfectly, encrypted in codes on beams like mercury. Written on scrolls unseen, only the worthy see. Missing head rolls from guillotines and perjury. Body released the soul in surgery. The mirror is clean before it cracks. Killah is back at the murder scene to clean his tracks. At the darkest hour of the night, glides on the wings of bats. Like a black avenger called the crow above a phoenix bat. Swirling ravens around my fountain pen. There's all my written text, unforgiven death, counted sin. If so, I write this epistle, holding a crystal, trying to counter them. With rhymes I'm balancing, and the mind is challenging. And all my writing books that lightning pushed. Open with burning pages, minister from sermons from ages. A lot remain hermits nameless. Hip-hop ordained minister of greatness. Came in the game from a spaceship. My merkable message, wordsmith on records. Magic, check it. It's like I'm related to the inventor of Tetris. It's weird, cause as my name slowly go down in the pages of history, the book disappears. My bars then reappear in shapes that's great. From the top, then slowly drop. It's reoccurring as ghostly hip-hop. I'm the phantom. Hold your attention for ransom. In my father's house, there's many mansions. Each room a bar, lounge, and expanded. A black K stretched next to a Celtic P. The crest etched upon my eldry. Red rosaries, holy beads. They read, I wrote a creed for the dead that goes to the elderly. Try to put a hex or spell on me. Ropes around the necks fell from trees. Open the doors of the cellars, make you dwell in hell for centuries. As the middle age seal reveals the MC KP, an executioner, with a letter from Lucifer. The dreads go booyaka from Memphis to Utica. I'm really that vulgar as I read from the stilly of the vultures. I'm hip-hop, I'm the city and the culture. Watch, I play chess upon the universe. Map first, flat earth, pull up my chair. I use the borough of Queens as my queen. Protect Brooklyn as king. They call check as I place Manhattan on the Madison Square. Then wait calm, you can't touch the Bronx. You in check, you got a problem trying to lift up Harlem. He touched Strong Island next. I start smiling, that's checkmate, Staten Island. 32 pieces from my Charlene set. Who went next? I shuffle tectonic plates like it's a deck. Any concept, my sword complete with all flesh. It's Killah, priest, the war vet. The goat of Psalms, coat of arms, and medals on my broad chest. Othello that shoved devils into a vortex. Eyes yellow like the great owl. As my mic appears from out of gray clouds, my verse heard in rave sounds and frequencies of high pitches. Hide in hieroglyphics, the lyrics is aged now. A sage found. How do I stay bound? Young with a face frown. I'm older with grace. On my shoulders go plates. I went from headaches, but now on my head is where they place crowns. Caution when walking on my stage with your sacred grounds.
Anywhere our feet touch become sacred grounds. See us walking over clouds wearing flaming crowns. If you ain't speaking with love, it's just a waste of sound. Sacred ground, laid it down, builders of the ancient mounds. Anywhere our feet touch become sacred ground. See us walking over clouds wearing flaming crowns. If you ain't speaking with love, it's just a waste of sound. Sacred ground, laid it down, builders of the ancient mounds. Lips of death kissed me and it died right before me. See, they say the Grim Reaper took his eyes when he saw me free. They need me like breath, though they cry and ignore me. So ironic, knew I was the most high as a shorty. Trees tried to record me in their rings, years of extra Lakers. Why y'all don't see that every tree's a stack of record players? Next to me, a nexus maker. Killers on our best behavior. They say your next friend could also be your next betrayer. Magic trick, 3 eyes that saw me in half. I'm illustrating, brigand, raving, spoken, taught me the math. Now it's all I see, thought I'd be a seraphim that shared honeydew, melanin with the Z hive that's swarming me. They rhyme and it's boring me to dime. Be the glory, he's Allah's favorite suit. I arrived when he wore me, God. Body in the cleaners, had a stellium in Virgo. Killed adrenochrome sippers, melatonin into Merlot. Flying over New Jeru, I saw a giant priest rhyming on beats. And in a circle playing chess with all the boroughs. I said I got next, sat on Brick and dropping words, snow like ashes. So rappers, Cabraxis, we played some worlds ago. I reached my jersey pieces from Monopoly and AC. Computer hacked the saxophone, calling music to play me. To learn your pattern, son, your KP. Where should I move my next? Word horse, jump, can JC? Or is that move smart? I sparked the LEO with ideas to build a new art. The move is nights falling, cause his curtains made the room dark. I'm serving turns to blows that level the playing field. From owners to renting, the kingdom will never kneel. From Brooklyn to guillotine neck, protect your shoulder mug. Upon his head he wore a T-set. I spit a soldier's blood. The mad MAGA had that the dagger is still liquid. Watch it on cam, then in slow motion it's still missing. The Knights of Elves cut off their legs and still kick the globe back to the subconscious mind where it existed. Bishop coming at an angle but witty, maybe he missed it. Spot the rook coming trying to take the Queen Elizabeth. Swept the pieces off the glass roof while turning slow, breaking ozone layers. Once connected to the turbo deep, they trying to figure out how I cut them with a steel sword. And though I danced across the ceiling, they was still floored. Skilled at war, though I became human, I was still the Lord. Right until my name became huger than a billboard. I almost cracked the firmament, yeah, with just the surface below. While I was in the sky, breakdancing as the earth was rotating in the circle. I created an inferno. My breath across the glass wrote my name into the words glow. Head spinning on the ceiling like iguanas, it's the lizard ill. Nothing ever happened, if it's all a dream, it isn't real. Pictures in your image real, lightning that I get to wheel. Grip the wheel, whip a pill, bananas when I drove off. Grasping with the spoke speak, magic on the throne seat. I'm faster like I don't eat, magic when our souls cross. Say the future limits you, traveling with no peak. Hide and seek with time, I sneak back again but don't peek. I saw myself counting on the map again, a stone sheik. For many kings vanished, cause their character was so weak. Collab with God until we slay the dragon on its own beat. Out the lid, on this pot they battling with no heat. Without my hands I caught a glimpse, then married it with cold feet. I walked on thin ice and melted half until there's no sheet. The Matrix figure skater, when it battling, you're hopefully the greatest figure skater. To the math magician, don't cheat. But what if no one can see us? No squares to hold and keep us. No board and no chess box, just astronosis Jesus. We just played each other's music, it controlled the pieces. Humans on the sidewalk, squares, planet psychokinesis. Every move connects fate and empty heads and neck weight. Santos and priests in Australia, we talk to plant ghosts. Created
like money together. Now that's a checkmate.
Made the devil eat his heart out from off his breastplate.
Yeah.
What's up?
To the family, okay? It's Wednesday. It's Wu Wednesday. It's a Wu-Tang celebration. It's a Wu-anniversary celebration for Killah Priest right now. So if you're in LA, make sure you head over to Day Wu Wednesday celebration for his born day. It's happening right now. I'm your brother Not Born. We got a special guest here by special request. Another one of them, John Newsom, Magical Connections. You understand?
The man of the hour.
We got a mastermind here. we got a visionary here. We got one who I call a liberator of the misfits. You know, for those who grew up in the forgotten spaces, the ones who were cast aside, who wasn't the cool people, quote unquote, all of this, but were their authentic self. He gave us so many creative licenses over the years. You know, we wasn't the break dancers, we wasn't the singers, you know, we wasn't any of these other things. We were the things off to the side, quote unquote, and he was our avenging force in regards to being seen, that everybody else later adapted to say, oh, forget the in crowd, I'ma speak my truth, I'ma live in my truth, so to speak. One who created and crafted a space in regards to living in the truth, regardless to who it offends, and regardless to what the barriers to entry were for the rest of the world. So, Mr. Fuck the World himself, okay, is here in the building. So we'll give it up for the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, the author, the documentarian, a mastermind, Mr. Alex Corporan is here with us.
Dominican style, right?
Hey, we got to do it right, man. We got to do it.
Put on, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to give a big, like I said, to our ninja, which is John Newsom.
Yes.
What a beautiful man! Like he loves the woo from day one. He's like the silent guy, like that you will never know. Like,
Yes.
see him, John Newsom is just like the man. And I've known him for over 20 years now. And I remember when he was working on the Raekwon album for the Fly Federation Luxury Art. And I remember he started showing me the sketches, and he's like, "Alex, what do you think?" And I was like, "Yo, this is cool. This, like we went through it together at Mekong. Bless his soul, Brian Bowie and Bowie family. Like Mekong is a special place for all of us. But I'll never forget being with John Newsom talking about doing Raekwon's album cover, and I was like, and it was in the middle of me doing my book for Full Bleed, so it was like we're like, oh shit, like we're doing it together. It was so dope, and I was so happy that we were just like, he's like, Al, you know what, you should do this, and I was like, John, you should do this. Newsom is definitely like and who brought us together right now for this podcast. Like he is like one of my most beautiful super friends in my world.
So tell us something crazy about John that we don't know.
Oh, about John?
Yeah, give us a crazy story. I know you got one. Okay? Everybody else is acting like they don't have it.
I think John knows this. He has no fucks given. When he's happy, everyone's happy. Like when everything's going off, he's like, let's go party all together. That's what I love about him. Like he'll take his shirt off in seconds for anyone, because he's that kind of person. Like he really he loves what he does. He's like me. Like we love what we do, and we love everyone around us, and we're just always happy like to make sure that we're always building with each other.
Dope. So since it's Wu Wednesday, we do it in reverse. So we start in the Wu-Tang world of your earliest recollection, and we could tie it in to New York to your travels. So your earliest Wu-Tang affiliate, Grave Diggers, Master Killah's birthday just passed. Happy birthday! KRS-One's birthday is today.
Oh, nice! Happy birthday today. Fucking the best.
Isaac Hayes, rest in peace to him. His birthday's today. So it's a lot of stuff going on today.
I know.
Celebratory, and his birthday's in 2 days. So
it's a lot of celebration of like we're getting older, but like right. A lot of, but we stamped down a lot of concrete stuff, which is great with hip hop, skateboarding, punk rock, hardcore, new wave, everything. Like we all grew up together, which is awesome. But a great story of a Wu-Tang situation was me and Justin Pierce, rest his soul. When we went to the Grave Diggers listening party and on Broadway, and man, y'all were like, to us, you guys were like 6'5", and we looked like little kids, like our skateboards all dirty, but we're like the maniac pro skateboarders and like running around, but like we're going to this, and I'll never forget seeing the RZA for the first time, And that was definitely a perfect moment in life. We were like, oh wow, look at us. We're all in the same crowd. You know, it was me, my boy Justin Pierce, you know, like from Kids and stuff. Loki, Pookie, like I ran Supreme with from back in the day. Like it's just a bunch of us, and we're just as loud as like you guys were, and like and we all looked at each other like, oh, I guess we're the derelict squad all together. So we're like looking at each other like, but like for real, you know, I mean I think besides Raekwon, he's the shorter one, right? Out of everyone, but everyone like Ghost, RZA, like Chizza, like everyone's like tall as fuck, and we're like, and I'm 5'11", and I thought I was tall. I'm like, oh shit, these guys are fucking like giant. You guys are looking like that.
Yeah, a couple of those guys are up there. RZA's pretty tall. Ghost is pretty tall. Capadonna's pretty tall.
Yeah, man. Like seriously, like.
Yeah,
and I remember the original hangout was back in the day, like '93, I guess. Like I think I forgot what we were doing. I'm like we're just all skating together, and you guys just came out at one point, and I was like, "Whoa, look at these guys standing out in the house!" You know? Cool, it's super cool.
That's love, man. That's a beautiful. That's like the Fresh era. Like Fresh Fresh is one of those premier movies that exists, you know, forever in my imagination. Because Fresh was New York. New Jack City and some of these other ones, you know, King of New York and all this other stuff, they were good stories, but Fresh was New York.
Hey, now New York is I got to say number one in all the 5 boroughs because it was raw, gritty. All of us were. We didn't come from a silver spoon. We were all like just rocking out, just like, all right, this is what I'm doing: rapping, skateboarding, break dancing. We're who knows? Like it was just happening, and we had no idea like how the hell we're managing each other because we were managing ourselves with each other because we were feeding each other, you know, and like, you know, like it was just one of those like, hey, what do you want? A quarter water? You know, a lot of kids don't know about that. No one knows about the fact of 10-cent icy. No one knows about like, you know, like all those little sandwiches, like, you know, you want this? Like no one understood.
Breaking the 10-cent icy down and splitting it like without if we ain't have nothing to cut it with, we be biting it like here.
Biting it and rip it up. You rip up the icy, but like you take the lots of the juice because the juicy was at the end, and that was the juicy.
That was it.
Whoever had the juicy at the end had everyone spit, but like that was the best part. And same thing like a 40. Like there was like 5 people in a 40, and you're like, holy shit. But the guy that had the best at the end had the best drunk got on.
So out there navigating, finding your way. What were your dreams before the dreams became reality?
Well, my actual first dream before skateboarding was like comic books, and I was drawing, and like I was like in love with John Byrne from like he was one of the biggest drawers for Marvel comics, for X-Men and all Fantastic Four and all that. And I thought I was gonna be like this big drawer, and I was really good at it, but then I didn't see it yet, you know, because you know I was balancing my life as a young little kid, and then I started doing martial arts right before skateboarding, and then I made it in it, and I was great, and I was teaching kids back in Washington Heights, where my mom worked out across the street from the church, and my seafood like got the gym downstairs. And I was like, that's not it yet. Like as a young kid, and for me, as like being a Dominican kid from Washington Heights, I was like, all right, this is not it yet. I don't know, because you're trying to find yourself on these like platforms in life, and like what your parents or what everyone expects you to do.
Right.
And then my boy Freddie Valerio got a skateboard out of nowhere, and I was like, oh shit, dude. And he got a skateboard from Skates on Height from a skateboard magazine, because where we used to get our comic books, there was this Thrasher magazine back then, like in 85, 80, 84, 85. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna get a skateboard. And he ordered a skateboard. I was on the 4th floor, he was on the 2nd floor. And then I saw Freddie skating on a board, and I was like, oh, well, my best friend's skating, I'm going to skate. And I ordered one too. I was like, where you got that from? He's like, Skates on Height. And I swear to you, the minute I ordered my board, is a fucking Tony Hawk Bo Knight board. Bo Knight they try to like make boards lighter. So they had this black weird thing in the middle. So instead of 7-ply maple, they put this, like, it was like some like weird thing that they did, and that's the board I got. And that was my first board. But I never looked back. The minute I touched that board, I was like in love. It was like I forgot what movie it is. Like, you touch something, it's like your world goes out of control. I'm like, oh, this is it. I was like, my life is here, and I never looked back. I never looked back at my brother and sister. I never looked back at my mom and dad. And I never looked back at all the guys I grew up with in the Washington Heights. I was like, oh, this is my future. With no fucks given. I was like, fuck this is it. And that's how I took off. And I never, like, and it was rough too. Like, I'm not gonna say it was an easy story. Like, like getting picked on, like, oh, trying to be a white boy. You're oh, who the fuck you are? Like, oh, you think you like what? Because like skateboarding was cool back then. So it was a very a giant learning experience to pave the way for the kids now, 30-something years later. But it's such a great feeling because I did it with my friends, and I'm so happy that everyone's happy, and that's, I don't have a chip on my shoulder. I'm more like, what's up? What's next? Let's go. I still work in the industry, So I'm like, no, let's do it. Like, let's fucking have a fucking good time. And like, whatever you need. And I'm one of the big representatives, like me and Steve Rodriguez and a couple other people, like, Jimmy Dowd from like St. James, from Rockaway. Like us three are like really big pushers of like with skateboarding right now. And I'm excited and I love doing it. And it's what I live for. And I live for, like Wu-Tang's for the children, skateboarding's for the children,
Right. That's right. So now finding your identity on the board, what was that process like for you? Like you described, dialing in, hey, my friend's doing it, I'm doing it. Now our friends are doing it, we're doing it. Where does the point come in for you in regards to you becoming one with the board for you? And then how does that go from that determined idea to, being sponsored? Like, what's that process like? Like, how did that?
I mean, that process was instant because I didn't see it coming. It's like, you're in love with something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it just happened. Like, I got my first local sponsor from New Jersey called Jab Skateboards, and they sponsored me, and I was like, oh, dude, this is dope. But I really want to be on Shut Skateboards, which is the first company that came out of New York City. skateboard company, and I wanted to skate with the Shuck guys, but I was sponsored by Jab, and I didn't know like how to transition. I didn't know how do I get over here? But it was cool though, because people like Ali Osher, Bruno Musso, Rodney Smith, they were so open to everyone because they had the best team on earth. And so I was with my friends, with certain people that came along with me in my journey. We got to skate with those guys like every time. So it was super fun. So like it made everything so much easier. It's like you didn't have to be on the team. You're just part of the family. So that transition was so great. And then I saw myself growing up into all that stuff, and it just made it so much more fun for me. And like all the companies I skated for, and I just graduated to other things, and boom, and that's how the whole thing happened. And it's dope because I got flown out to California when I was young. I skated with like the people that I looked up to, and they're like, "Oh, dude, we're looking up to you and your friends." I'm like, "What?" Like, because back then there's no Instagram. There's nothing. There was a VHS tape that you sent to California, and that's all. There's no other way like they'll know about you. Or one of their team managers will fly out, and they'll be that creepy guy like standing at the Brooklyn Banks and like looking, and they wanna sponsor you. But it was such a different vibe back then because we're skating for life. We're skating for what we want. We're skating against the world. No one liked us. We were like the epitome of like shit. We were like the worst of the worst to everyone else. And like to see where skateboarding's at now to back then, it's a funny story because like we got punished for it. And what everyone's doing now, they're chilling. Back then there was no like, ooh, like all these hot girls are fucking hot. There was none of that shit. All the girls are like, you dirtbag, like we got duct tape on our sneakers.
Right.
Like you're like we're smelling like shit. Like again, like I said, we're like eating burgers off each other and like sipping fucking things off. It was the funniest, weirdest shit. But we had it because we're in our own bubble.
Right.
So that made it more fun because we like when I say no fucks given, we had no fucks given. It was like whatever.
So that's interesting, right? Defining a culture of New York in regards to skating, no skate parks, right? Pre-skate parks, there's no nothing, right? And it goes from that and grows to a culture that's permeating around the world now, So how does it feel for you just even looking back? I know you wrote about it, I know you filmed about it, and I want to get into those things and give them the gratitude, but just your thoughts, just your recollection looking back as something where the only thing that was attached to it was the people that was around you. Everything else didn't matter. To all the people that's around you, those people that you grew up with, you came up with, you struggled with, all of those things, right? To see people blossom and grow from something that nobody wanted no parts of to something that everybody wanted to be involved with vicariously, whether directly or indirectly.
Yeah, I mean, it's we like I gotta say, it's like we cared about each other, and that's it. We were each other's family, and like that's who we were. Like, and and it wasn't only like a guy crew. Like, I gotta like, give big ups to like Hallie Ann and Melissa Hinckley and Hallie Ann Krasno, like all our girls in our lives that their moms took care of us also, and like we had a very, very tight knit crew. So it was a very different timeline how we made it. The kids now, it's awesome, but like they're in a weird separate way. But I still love every single one of them. But like the way we grew up, it was like we were like taken care of. Like even my mom alone, like didn't like skateboarding, but she let like 15 kids like we'll watch a skate video at the house. I had the VHS tape, and everyone come up to fucking apartment 42, and like here we are, and it's the caring and the believing in what we believe with each other. That's what it was.
That's what it is right there. So now let's get into Supreme.
Go.
Let's get into Supreme.
The biggest question on earth.
We just saw a semi-listening party with Ghostface Killah and him and Nas, and Nas got the Supreme gear on. You understand what I'm saying? So the story of how Supreme becomes Supreme in the midst of a void of no place for people to get gear and skate. So I'll be quiet and just let you tell the story.
The beginning of Supreme was all of us were made skateboarders from back in the day. So before the shop, we were already like professional skateboarders, and we all made it. We all did it. So the shop didn't make us. The shop was a clubhouse for us. Right. It was a place where our boy Chappie, who opened up the shop with James, gave us a new spot to be at. There was other shops back in the day, but they weren't core enough. They were like enough to like live by. And like Soho Skates, ODs, Friction, Skate NYC. Skate NYC was actually the original like home. Soho Skates were like the home to like the fucking like the original like big crew. But when Supreme opened, it was like, here we are. We have a shop. We have something that we believe in, that they believe in us, and Chappie was a part of it. And Chappie is from the Bronx, and he opened it up with James, and he worked at Union, and then they opened up that. But it was before the whole big thing. It was just our place to hang out at. It was like where we lived at, where we, because a bunch of us didn't have mom and dads. We didn't have, either you have a dad or you had a mom or you had nothing. Right. But it was where we hung out at, and it was where our heartbeat was at. It's like how we lived and how we took care of each other, and it was home. It's like, this is home, and I could take off my t-shirt and put a brand new one on and go to the bathroom, take a shit, fucking wash your ass, wash your hands. It was home, like for a elite crew of us. And that's why Supreme was like so big. And then, all of us would walk out with the logo, and everyone was like, who are these kids running around with this like crazy logo? Like who are like these 15 kids running around in clubs, and they could walk in and bottles and chill out and relax. And this is before the bottle table service. It was like, they would serve us. They were like, oh, Supreme guys are here. Because it was back then, it was a very elite crew. It was like that, the Pop Shop, it's like that, the Pop Shop, Extra Large. It was Liquid Sky, the Dominican spot on the corner. It would be like the corner store, like, that served the breakfast. So we, on Lafayette Street, we had a elite crew. It wasn't like Broadway. It wasn't like anything else like the way it is now. We had our Times Square. It was ours and no one else's. No one wanted it. No one could come in You have to know to get in or you didn't. And that's how like coming with, let's say, Lisa Cooper. Lisa Cooper was a big part of it because she was on Crosby, and Lisa Cooper, like fashion guru, and still is. And Lisa Cooper brought the other side of things because she hung out with Andy Warhol and Basquiat and all that.
Mm-hmm.
She was the woman that brought those guys over to us, and that's how we all like got all together. So there's a lot of like people that come in flourishing with this.
That's deep. So I don't want to give too much away from the documentary. I need people to see it though, but I want to thank you though. I want to thank you in the most earnest fashion for being able to showcase the lives that were lived in a time that someone who could be the president of the United States, right? 35 years old and not have a clue about America, like have no clue. At 35, you're 35 years old and you got no clue on what happened before you got here. And you're eligible to be the president of arguably one of the most powerful nations in the world, and you don't know a clue about it. There's nothing they can tell you in school about it. There's nothing you can read or research about it. You can get a whole bunch of information, but no experience, right? So in the way that this is framed about times that we lived in, like we lived in those times, we existed in those times. We got the scars, the bruises, and all of those things in regards to this time. You give us a time, a Back to the Future experience. That's the best way for me to Back to the Future experience in regards to Empire Skate. So can you walk us through what you would like to share in regards to the making, the process of Empire Skate and highlighting New York and the skate culture and y'all's journey?
Well, I mean, the whole process was, I've been wanting to do something for our culture and to tell everyone the story because, you know, I still work in the skate industry, but at the time when there's giant money got dumped in the early 2000s, I was like, no one knows about, like, again, like the guys from the West Coast, like the raw guys. I'm talking like Tony Magnuson, Mike Tronowski, you know, like Rodney Mullen. Like no one really got the gist of it, like, and all the stuff that was going on. And the Shuck guys from the East Coast and everyone from DC and everyone from Philly with like Stevie Williams and like, but and like it was just no one understood like how we were like this, like connected. So and I'll go before Empire Skate, I'll go with Full Bleed because I'm gonna go back to like people ask me every time, like, where do you guys skate in New York? And I'm like, everywhere. It's like New York is our skate park. And they're like, where? I'm like, you see that pump? That's something that we're dealing with. You see that little bump, that little curb cut? That's a little jump ramp. Like we had nothing. Like that was it. That was our thing. Like you see that metal curb? That's where we do sloppies and we'll have fun and have a great time. Or we could spend like hours upon hours there and everyone would be doing everything. So coming to Empire Skate, it needed to be done. The timing was right. It was after COVID finally, and I needed to tell the story. It's like to tell a story of like who we are, because all of a sudden all these kids and people and corporations try to like take over what we created and what we paved the way to. And I was like, no, let me put a stop to everyone. Let me push that red button and I'd be like, stop it. You know, like being like, hey, you know, it's like Wu-Tang, like, you know, when the president was like, you weren't there. And I did the you weren't there button. I was like, you weren't there. you were there, but you weren't there. And there's the two, right? The two questions, right? Were you there or were you there? Because the family is family. You were around us, awesome, but you weren't there. You know, were you blood, sweat, and tears? Nah. Did you get a free T-shirt and hung out with us and drink a 40? Cool. But were you there when we were there? Like, and that's what like I showed in Empire Skate. If you were there, you already know you don't have to complain. Were you there for it? Cool, but you weren't there. And I mean, I could tell you already with you and Killah and everyone and Raekwon, you know, Ghost, like you guys would say the same thing. Right or wrong?
Revisionism is happening right before our eyes, right?
Exactly, right? Like we were, you know, I know who was there because I got white eyes. I'm one of the main guys that was taking care of making sure that everything's like maneuvering right, and who was down and who was not down, and look, everyone was down, but like the original, you can't tell me that you were original when I actually not only was a part of the family from day one before the shop, worked the shop, gave everyone the fucking whoever wanted to be at, and I was the guy, and I was the nicest guy out of the assholes. I'm the nice asshole. You know, I'm the nice asshole out of like the Supreme crew, the original. You know, as Peter BC would say it, the original Supreme crew. Peter BC says it best in the film. You know, and that's why I love Peter BC, my Albanian brother, and the most stylish motherfucker like on earth, man. He is like my rock star, my rock. And I love him so much. So Ryan Hickey, like another one, like just like original Brooklyn, fucking boom. You know, so it's just one of those things like OG knows OG. But you know, everyone started to be like, I was there. It's like, nah. And as I could tell you, you know who was there with this one. You know who was there and who wasn't.
Yeah, everybody knows everybody. Well, it only takes a phone call to who you say you know.
Exactly. That's all it takes is the button. Like, it's like, oh, let me make a phone call. Let me make sure like this person is legit. But no, but at the end of the day, I love everyone. I love skateboarding. I love what I've been doing. I love what I did with the documentary. I love what I did with the book. I'm so proud of all of us as moving along and doing all the stuff we're doing. I love the progression of skateboarding because I think it's very important that it moves on. People like Steve Rodriguez is doing so much for the community with the Brooklyn Banks and all that stuff. And I've been helping out like on the side with that. But Steve Rodriguez, again, somebody that's from Jersey, but like got hated on back in the 90s, but like stuck to his guns as being like, I love skateboarding. And I fucking represent him any day, anytime, anywhere. Because like Steve Rodriguez is one of my favorite people also. Like I love him to death. And he needs his flowers also. Like he's been doing stuff. Like also my boy Billy Rohan, when I did a contest in the city, you know, and we're trying to bring it back. And, you know, just so many people I want to just be like, you know, we did it. I want to just throw a big, like, giant table of, like, all of us just eating good and just having a good time.
So what was that like? Getting everybody together? And, like, the scope of the project, you know, like, what are some of the details? Well, you know, how long did it take? And, you know, what was that process like going back to some of your best times and some of your worst times, you know, with some of the people who are angels now, you know, some of your guardian angels? people who left the physical world in that regard.
I mean, I think it's with best and worst times, like it's everyone's growing up, like everyone's together. What I love is that if you grow with each other, there's nothing else better than that, and that's it. Like there's no hot or cold. It's like, how did we grow together? Or you go your different route, That's how I look at everything. I don't look at anything as like the best or worst. It's like everything is, like it's like a relationship. It could get really fucking super awesome. Then it could be really like, fuck, I want to like just like, rip this person apart,
Right.
But at the end of the day, if you stick by your heart and your love and your guns, you come back and just fucking like surpass all that shit, And that's something that I believe in, and that's something that I've known from, again, not only skateboarding, it's the hip hop, punk rock scene, it's like the club scene, and seeing all of us, like me, my friend Heidi Hartwick, who's spearheads Friends from New York, and also does the Breakfast Club, and it's just all of us from all angles hanging out during the daytime, like morning time, 9 a.m. and have breakfast and just shoot the shit and like just being in that element of, wow, look at us, like a bunch of people that made shit happen, and we're trying to like still elevate each other, and I think that's very important for what we need right now, is to elevate each other, because I'm not a politician and I'm not into this shit, but we need to stick together right now, because all of us are creatives. So like, for that, again, it's like the old bubble. I think it needs to happen again, so we could just like, all right, how do you manage this? And so later on, everyone's like, oh, these guys are right. That's it. We need to get back to that that energy, because everyone's getting lost in translation, and with the web and all the shit, people are getting kind of like misconstrued, and too much shit going on, too much information that I don't think these kids need, or they don't even know how to like be. So we need to like get all of us, as we're doing this podcast and all that, like we need to like hold each other and be like, all right, how do we do this, guys and girls, and like make everyone like feel good again. And that's my like that, and that's my thing with Empire Skate, to make people feel good, make sure that you're not the only one that didn't have a mom or didn't have a dad, or you have both parents, or you felt abused. There's a community, and you can create a community, and that's what, for me, Empire Skate was about. It was about nothing else than that. It's like what skateboarding brought to us and how we did it.
Interesting. I wanna play these two songs real quick, and then I want to get back in after I get your thoughts on them. I want to talk Full Bleed, because
no problem.
Yeah, Full Bleed and some other things. So tell somebody we're here with the great, the one and only Alex Corporan. Okay, I'm gonna get it together. Okay, I'm working. Corporan. Okay, so yeah. So we'll be back in a second.
Okay.
Yo, Aspect, Snow Goose, Killah, appreciate what I do. Rap dagger, the master, manipulate matter, crystallizing Christ conscious, conjure up Dracula, the conqueror from Africa, underground like magma, scientific data, the here and the after, draconian dragon blood, stamina, stashing drugs, trafficker, merciless minister massacre, poetically premised past the love, mountain ski with snow goons, over old tombs, reading the scrolls from old tombs, eating mushrooms, beat your skull with Pro Tools, show and prove the golden rules, priesthood aspect at the address to the Aztecs, we pull out our rockets, double fuel, enough respect, know when I rap the W.
They can't do it how I do it, yo I crack the algorithm on back, that's how I'm living, I'm past the competition, I stack, count these digits of spiritual mathematician who's mastered the art of giving, his passes know it's written in the stars and in the system and in the solar, hey yo my ancestors told you, listen to the sun and the stars, they will show you the way. It's a crater, he don't play. You don't say there's no pain, there's no gain, and there's no shame in my game. I take aim for these lames in the chain. I'm in my own lane and I stay claim to the chains that is me. And then the day came, I realized he's with me. That's why I'm moving high like I'm Dizzy Gillespie, getting busy, taking shots just like whiskey, hella shots. But packing pistols is sacrificial. Raps hit it smart like a motherfucking missile. Got it, rolling with preach, we just riding, thriving while everyone else there surviving. Got it. Rolling with preach, we just riding and thriving while everyone else there surviving. Gotta get it how you live it, you live it how you get it, though. No, they can't do what I do it better, it's true. They can't move how I move or walk a mile in my shoes. Try to walk a mile in these moccasins, dog. Walk the walk and talk the talk, come on, align your body and chalk. No, they can't do what I do it better, it's true. It's true, man, it's true.
You roll with the funk, you can't fake it, kid.
Bringing exactly what the fans listen.
Because the groove is on.
Knowing that we now connected.
You roll with the funk, you can't fake it, kid. Fake it, kid.
Together we make stars, we are truly fly.
Represent to the fullest.
Down with the other brothers, toe to toe. Down with the other brothers, toe to toe. Down with the other brothers, toe to toe.
Set fate, everything is fixed in its own set date. The clock never stops, there is no rest date. Pillars in the sky form and the gold 12 gauge is like flies placed in a no web shape. Planetary glimpse in a closed head space. In a voice speaking, thinking known 12 gates. Last supper every day, I can know it said grace. Yeah. They said the car spoke to heaven on the phone. Some slide in the family's tone. Some are sky, some are eyes when they hand me the throne. Seats smell, seek help, get your canopy blown. No said date, bowl of Holy Spirit that my nose had ate. There is no escape. Zig in the circle, this is no escape. Show them when they thought there was no set fate. 12 zodiac stones in a gold breastplate. No set rate, slow step wait like for change. If he only knew his own death date. As he did he did in his own sex tape. While I was levitating in his own depth state. There's a sea above these squares, didn't know his checkmate. Opened up shop, there was no red tape. But souls took control of his own estate. Professors trying to figure out the Olmecs date. Put on my crown, bones in their whole neck break. Got him off the hook, there is no fresh bait. The director yelled action, listen, don't spectate. Getting the watch, big stars in the dome X shape. 6-point arms in the stone X gate. Gospel in the car and the codex slate. I'ma rock and roll with the gold neck drape. Leaving you fulfilled like your soul just ate. When the seeds I be leaving in your soul just stayed. It's hard like trying to jump, keeping both legs straight. Livers making flips, speed and hit the moped break. License, the license, there's no set plate. Carried by the wind, there was no dead weight. Battling within the north, no said wake. Battling with kin, knowing that I know said Drake. They claim there is no set fate. Everything is fixed in its own set date. The clock never stops, there is no rest date. Pillars in the sky form and the gold 12 gates. See like flies placed in a no web shape. Planetary glimpse in the closed head space. In a voice speaking to get known 12 gates. Last supper every day, I can know it said grace. And yo, this is hypnosis, said straight. Pieces to God, colleague 7, I see you. Shut up the venue, stuck up with a pencil. Straight from the priesthood temple, so central. 360 links, me and thought had drinks. Now one knows the mystery of the Sphinx. Truth never mastered, history of the ink. Still discovering myself, consider me on the brink. Like armor truck bread, kick a team with a blink. Guillotine when I wink. My sharp looks cut to the chase in these race without needing to drink. The bank slipped the law, put the thieves in the clink. The blasted ship pose, would it be if it sinks? Look at me, get a mink. Look, I mean when I think. Sasquatch material, mascot ethereal, magic ox imperial. It's me or the stinks. Who could be so distinct that the leaves blow the bees so the needle can shrink? They believe it's a jinx. Pull the zeitgeist, get your own head straight. Lyrics that I read next like they nose bled. Hate in the market they gave prunes, but no, I said great. Cosmos is osmosis. Know it's headaches, they don't know it's at stake. It's a rose red weight, most roses are well read. From the queen of hearts paint, said the secret art saint. Wanna see the stars faint? In Killah, he maneuvered like he had swag. Thought he had bars, but his signal had a bad lag. Do they shoot out when playing bombs over the Baghdad? A child story, they live in wild corny. Living in foul glory, killers the power for me. Grand wizard be more, we live in an allegory. They wanna meet him more, the women around storm me. They claim there is no set fate. Everything is fixed in its own set date. The clock never stops, there is no rest date. Pillars in the sky form and the gold 12 gates. See like flies placed in a no web shape. Planetary glimpse in the closed head space. In a voice speaking the unknown 12 gates. Last supper every day, I can know it said grace. Tired, couldn't stop them. No one said wait, film shooters started popping. When no one said take, broken cycle in the matrix. See no red stake, runaway thought drain. There is no set breaks. Brought the great spirit back, but no one said thanks. Missiles in a fish fight, when no one said tanks above the zodiac. There was no such place. Gold cups in space. One I'm the ace. Some out of place. Sun around my face.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Live reactions, man. Your thoughts, man. Thoughts, ideas. How you feeling about what you heard?
I'm feeling good, man. It's like no, it's just enjoying life, what it is. My thoughts are, to keep rocking.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Because Alex said so. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. So let's take a deep dive into Full Bleed, man. I heard through the grapevine there was like 700 photographers. You had everybody out taking pictures. You had an initial launch and then a re-release that was a decade later. All of the tea, all of the story, all of the everything you want to share about it.
We're talking about Full Bleed.
Yeah.
So with Full Bleed, again, it comes to the story like everyone's asking, like where you skate at, right? And I was like all around, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, I've been in the industry long enough. I made it. I've been doing all the stuff, and I just started asking each photographer like that I know, like all the main ones, like, hey man, I'm doing a book. Do you mind sending me like X amount of photos of who you shot in New York, not New York skateboarders, like wherever you shot, but in New York City, because New York City not only shows the skateboarders, but it shows our background. Mm-hmm. So like that was my visual. That was what I wanted to show in the book. And going through that process was a lot. It was great, but like going through tens and thousands of photos was insane. But it was fun because like there was so much shit going on. Like, and you see like everyone's perspective of each photographer. And then it just came together, and I want to give a big ups to my two partners, Ivory Serra and Andre Razzo, who helped me finish that process. And we did it, all three of us did it together, and that was the first version. And thanks to Ben Dietz, who actually we do the Breakfast Club, and also he worked at Vice back in the day. Mm-hmm. We just had a great time, and when Dietz said yeah, we did it. Vice took it in, and the first version was 300 pages. And then when my two partners were like, we're doing all the stuff, and I took it upon myself and did the second version with with myself, kind of like, and I brought some people in to help me finish it, and all the other photographers that were in it, and it went to 400 pages, and then thanks to Salamander Street and Worldville Press from London, who printed the books, and we just killed it. And it was just a great journey of just like keeping that alive, because it's the encyclopedia, it's the archive for everyone to have of New York skateboarding, and showing not like a skate magazine, but showing like the backdrop, not only the skating, it's the backdrop that you gotta look at, and the colors, and like what's going on. It's like where like yourself could walk around and be like, yo, that pump looks familiar.
Yeah.
Or that garbage can looks familiar, like you're like, I saw that somewhere, and you're like, oh, that's a full bleed. I was like, oh yeah, that awning. It's something that for everyone to understand what New York skateboarding is and what it was. It shows people like what I want to show. It's like how lovely this city that we have is. Like, there's so many special places that you'll never know unless you walk by and you're like, hey, that's a cool like thing over here on this building, or oh, that somebody did something on this, and we're skating over it, and everyone saw it. So that's my whole thing, showing the city in a different light, instead of like skateboard magazines and people, everyone I love in every publication. But it's when it comes to the magazines, it's for us, skateboard centric. Like that's what we are. The book was for the rest of the world, just like the film, just like Empire State. The books, the book and the film wasn't for us. It was for everyone else to like get it, because like we live in it already. It's for everyone else to like figure out like what we were doing and how we did it and what was going on, and what it looks like in pictures. Because a lot of people are like photo wise, and a lot of other people are film wise. So it's like it's like showing what the world needs to see, instead of like being put out there like skateboarding could be boring. You watch a contest and like it doesn't resonate in people's mind when you see it on TV. But if you put it on things like a film or video or photography, then you catch people's attention. Because for us, like, we could be in a contest, and within 15 seconds, if we don't land a trick, we could just say, call it quits, and they're like, you're doing out, like, what are you doing? So that's why these media outlets for the rest of the world, this is what I wanted to do. And that's what Full Bleed meant to me. It was for the rest of the world, and so did Empire Skate. It was for everyone to understand us, because at the end of the day, no one really understands everyone as a skateboarder itself. They just know that it's cool now, but like I want to tell the story of like who we are.
So involving Tony Hawk, I know y'all have a relationship as fans over the years. So what was it like involving him in the process?
Yeah, I met Tony maybe 25 years ago. Coolest man on earth. He's the dude. He's like him, Mark Gonzalez, like they're like the godfathers. And it was cool. Like, and when I got Tony Hawk to do the intro to the 10-year anniversary of Full Bleed, it was funny because when I wrote him an email, I was like, Tony, what's up, dude? And he's like, hey. I was like, could you write the intro to my book? He's like, man, he's like, you want me to write it? Yeah. I was like, just say it in your own words what you felt about New York. And when you wrote it, I was like, this is what I wanted. And thanks to Bruno Musso, which one of my mentors in skateboarding, he's the guy that introduced me to Tony back in the day. And it was so cool, like for me and Tony to go back and forth for a couple emails, and we've known each other. We got photos together and like we hung out a bunch of stuff. But it was so great to see because I wanted Tony to his perspective. Yeah, like because like one of the godfathers of skateboarding is Tony, and the West Coast is where skateboarding came from. So hands down, that's where it's at. And we needed like what I needed was like that perspective to give everyone energy and like uplift everyone. Like, look, Tony was talking about that. He saw it. And same thing with the film of Empire Skate. Like Rodney Mullen and Tony Alva and Tony Hawk himself, like talking about us to show people like, yo, these guys were looking at us, Also, the origin where skateboarding came from, they'll be here. They're like they had eyes on us the whole time.
So back to the documentary real quick. Like I told you before we went live, kids. Kids was one of those joints, man. Kids was one of those joints. If you didn't grow up in the area, you don't even know what we're talking about. But to see that reference, like, yo, that was y'all in the. I was in the classroom like, yo, these dudes just kicking ass out here.
Yeah. I mean, the movie Kids was awesome. Like, but we had no idea what was gonna happen with that. Like, that was just like a harmony, for NYU. He got his film grant, and he was with us the whole time. And Larry Clark, he looked up to, and they got in cahoots, and they did a film on us. It was fun, but we had no idea where it was gonna go. Like, we thought it was gonna be like a student film, like overall. Didn't know how big it was gonna be. We didn't know like we're gonna change the world. It's like, who knew that this freaking movie, the lifestyle of ourselves, was gonna like freak the world out, and it happened. And kudos to those guys, man. Like I think I deeply appreciate it because again, we were young, dumb. We didn't have no fucking idea. Like, well, you look at people like Rosario and Chloe and Justin and everyone that came out of it, all of us like unscathed. Like, we're great. Like, it was just another window, another door, you could say, and we walked through it. So it wasn't like something that was bad, as some people were like, "Oh, you guys are all fucked up." I was like, we made money and we built ourselves out of it, and it was fantastic. So I think that movie was a very important part in our lives because it happened at the same time that York started, and it happened at the same time that Supreme started. So all three started like back to back. And we were just on fire, like at that point, and like that's why everyone's looking back in the '90s now, like, oh, look at these guys, the skateboarders back then, like, and it was like you can't say no, and you can't say it didn't happen. It happened. We did it,
And then we saw. Rest in peace to Justin. We saw him later on and next Friday. What was that like? In that way, like seeing one of your brothers, man, seeing one of your bros out there in the Hollywood scene after everything that happened with everybody. Everybody kind of bubbled. Did it? What was that like?
Oh no, it's great. It's sad what happened to Justin. It's sad that happened to Harold, but it's part of the lifestyle, right? Like, we Like H&R would say, like in the punk rock, like live fast, die young. You know, you have to expect that that's gonna happen to somebody in part of the crew because that's how it goes. Um, it wasn't expected because we were so tight knit together, but you know, some people hide secrets, some people have things that you know you never think that they will feel that way or whatnot. Like, you know, Justin, like committing suicide, or Harold like having a heart attack, or like, you know, you just don't know. You just don't, like, you know, there's so many things that you just don't know how it happens in life. But we're so like, we love everyone that how we experience life, and that's what it is. Of course, we're gonna miss them forever, but we carry the torch for them because like they're very, you know, we're all of us are very important figures in New York skateboarding itself, and like as like you guys with the whole Wu-Tang Clan, it's like everyone's a very important person there, whether they're here or not. You know, you know, you're always gonna always mention their name, be like, oh. You know, everyone's gonna always mention Dirty. You know, ODB, like, yeah, forever. Like, I could hear that motherfucker's voice and be like, I feel like he's next to me sometimes. I didn't even know him like that, but like I knew him, but like I didn't know him. But like, you know, it's just like always like, fucking Dirt McGirt.
Yeah, that spirit is alive forever, and
that's
as the adage says, as long as you say their name, they're here forever.
Exactly. As long as you mention the names, as long as you keep them there live with you, you have the jokes, and you have the fucking like sayings, and you have the shit that you're like, what? Yo, you remember this? It feels like they were like they're. So super cool, man. I love it.
So you in adulthood, you in husbandhood, and all of these roles. You know, when you discuss these things with your family, like what are those family discussions like? You know, and you know, do they find out and you tell them, or you tell them and then they find out? Like, wait a minute.
I mean, I guess it's more with my daughter Sydney and my wife Flutura. Like, we talk the most together, and my mom is finally like open game to listening to what I've been doing. She's like, "Oh, you're a crazy kid." My mom hated skateboarding, but like, you know, my wife Flutura Barty, like she's like just a wonderful woman. Like, you know, like hears me out and knows like who I am. And then my daughter now, like she's turned 15, and Sydney's like, "Dad, I keep hearing these stories about you. Like, you're yeah." Like, I said, "Yeah, I'm so out at the end of the day." You know, those are the two that I confide on the most. Like, you know, and they see who I am and they understand. You know, it's like, you know, it's I don't go too far, and then going down that hole, it's like I'm friends with everyone from day one. So, you know, unless they passed away, that's about it. But like everyone, I think over 50 people in my life have been in my life for 30 plus years. And we love each other. We still hang out. When you see that photo of kids in Washington Square Park, we're still together. We all love each other. We all hang out, you know, not every day, but once a month, twice a week. You know, we're all still family. So no one's separated. Like when you know, like let's go like the superstardom, like where Chloe and Rosario, it's like when we see each other, we act like we're like teenagers when we're around each other. You know, so it's like nothing's ever changed. You know, nothing's You know, nothing's out of the ordinary. We're always like, what's up? What you doing? You know, and that's it.
Yeah. That's great, man. That is great. Is there anything you're working on now that you want to share with us?
I got something popping up soon. You know, obviously I can't talk about it yet, but I will let you. It'll surface in a bit. You know, obviously things rapid fired because of the film, so everyone's reaching out. Like as anything happens in life, right? It's like, yeah, like all of a sudden, like you're the giant spark again. So I'm stoked. It's good. I got some good things coming. Like I'm excited. I'm more pushing the film for Empire Skate right now. Like just because the film's only like less than 2 months old because it came out June 29th for 29th it came out and they went out streaming. But for me, it feels like it's been out forever. And it's like, oh wait, it's only been almost 2 months. So that's the big thing I'm pushing more and more. Make sure I do more screenings, and I do one at Rockaway on the 30th for Labor Day weekend, and that's got fun. Rockaway Surf Club and Talkaway. I'm gonna do that, and then just a couple other screenings here and there. Just let everyone enjoy, and my next ventures are showing up soon. I'm in the works of, which I love horror movies, so
yes,
I'm trying to do a horror movie.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so that's a New York horror movie, like a real like dark, like not spiritual, like real dark, fucked up shit. Because you know, New York has some weird shit. You know, being born and raised here, so I'm ready to do that. Hopefully, I could talk to RZA at some point. Cause, you know, that motherfucker that has a great, powerful mind.
Top 5 horror movies for you today.
Oh wow, you're throwing me in the deep end, huh? Oh shit, The Thing by John Carpenter. Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yes.
The original.
Yes.
Of course, the original Halloween. What's the Japanese one with the girl that comes out the TV? Jeez.
The Ring.
The Ring. That's 4 now, right? What's the last fucked up movie I saw? Jeez, I'm trying to think. There's so many. I'm just like, yeah, The Thing is my number one. That's like sci-fi horror because it was done so well and slow moving. But what would be my last one? Ooh, that's a good call. Now I got to really go in my Rolodex in my head. I'm like, because I'm like, oh, I love them all. Oh man, what's Jordan Peele's movie?
Us.
That was fucked up. Us was like, yeah, you know, I give them for like new horror. That was good.
Yeah,
that was like really, really like fantastic. I was like, whoa, okay. So yeah, those
I
are my.
like that thing with the clown, man. The one with the clown.
Oh, yes. Oh no, but that's disgusting, fucked up. My
I love it.
Podcast right now. She saw me watching what's the name of it? And she was like, "What the hell are you watching?" I'm like, "Yeah," and she hates clowns. So on top of that,
not it, not the other one.
No, fucking why are we spacing out?
Yeah, me too. I could see his face. Like I just saw his face. Like, yeah.
He mocks every person he's trying to kill. I'm like, oh,
somebody knows it.
Yeah, I know. Everyone
It's a couple of parts to it too.
There's like it was a short film at first, and then it became a mainstream movie. But wow, that's fucked up horror. Where I'm like,
if I went back to like Phantasm was
Phantasm
one of
the normal one, yeah.
Yeah, Phantasm was in there. For me, Saw was
Saw was good. Saw was
all
great.
of the every single Saw that I saw except for Jigsaw was kind of corny, but the Saw movies as a series, I was
As a franchise, yeah.
Yeah, somebody knows what it is.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, shit. Like there's so many. I mean, Final Destination is like more fun and just be like, oh shit, people dying. I saw the last one. I just cracked my ass up
the entire time.
I was laughing. I was like, this is fucking hilarious.
I had my hand over my heart, man, when I seen Tony Todd in there. I was like, it can't be Final Destination without Tony Todd. And then they go in there, and then Tony Todd's in this place where we first saw him, right? In the mortuary, right? So it's like, and he's telling them about death, literally, and he's like, I'm focusing on this last time that I got left.
Yep.
Knowing he was battling with some things, and he wound up.
And it's crazy, like he passed away right after that movie.
Right. So it's like, all right, this was very interesting to see. I was so glad. I was like, damn, man, Candyman is in here. So that's there's a Washington was talking about. He had a party at his house, and all these people was there. And he said one of his security was like, "Hey, Rocky's walking around back and forth. He's pacing over there." He called it, instead of Sylvester Stallone. He's like, Rocky is walking around, looking in the yard, trying to get into the party. So it's like, we're in Final Destination and still remember Candyman, right? You know, not Tony Todd. Like so. He was Tony Todd his whole life until he became Candyman. And then
I know, like
Candyman forever.
He stayed as Candyman too. Like he's so crazy. Awesome. Cool, brother.
One of those great ones right there. Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace.
Yeah, man.
Are you a hero guy or a villain guy?
A what?
A hero guy or a villain guy?
I'm everything. I'm one to. I just do this guy. I love, but I know how to like take care of things when it needs to.
Right.
So I'm not like.
Ben Frank said,
I'm not
is it Terrifier?
That guy.
Is that the name of the movie? Terrifier?
Somebody
has to know.
Terrifier, yeah.
Okay, Terrifier. There you go. Shout out to Ben Frank. Because I would have been perplexed for the rest of the time.
Terrifier is the shit.
Yeah.
That like I saw, like I said, I saw the short film at first, and then it'd be like Terrifier 1, and then it was like another short film of it, then Terrifier 2, then it would just went off. And I was like, oh, amazing.
Yeah, we went to like what was it, The Shining, or something like that.
The Shining is classic. I mean, I could watch The Shining, like if it goes on right now on my TV.
Yeah,
I'll watch it like a little baby, and I'm just like.
John Carpenter had some joints, man. Christine, all of those, just
amazing. Like I said, I could name off so many, but when you put me on the spot, I'm like, that one. But like, all those classics, like, The Shining, like Jack Nicholson when he's talking to the bartender, like I think that was more spooky than the whole movie when he was just like, I was like, oh shit, this motherfucker is like off the grid right now. Like,
yeah, he goes there and he lives there forever. And then he plays the part of the Joker later on, which makes it even more twisted, right? So it's like, all right, he those things he never outlives, but he's still Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, of course. No, Jack is Jack. That's one guy like I wish to meet in life at some point.
So if you had a list of heroes and a list of villains, who would be most closely related to you, or who you identify with their plight or their mission or their story or whatever?
Or like as actors, I don't know. I think
Actors, comics, anywhere you want to go.
I mean, as a comic, if George Carlin was alive, I think him and I would be best friends.
I remember that.
I
remember that. George Carlin was right. Yes,
he was right. I wear that shirt every fucking time I can. Like, he was right. If I could sit with him and be like, dude, it's like if I got to meet him, be like, It's like, and like, you know, when you see his comedy, that motherfucker predicted everything. Everything. He predicted it. Bernie Mac, another dead soldier. Like, man, Bernie, wow. You know, again, Richard Pryor, like all the ones that like were telling the truth, all gone. It's not funny. Is it funny in a dark way, right?
Yes.
Yeah, like, you know, Robin Williams, same thing. Like,
yeah,
that guy was on point too. You're just like, what the fuck did he just say? You know, like, it's just one of those things in life where you're just like, wow, these motherfuckers are on point. They knew what they were saying and they knew what was going on. But yeah, no, I like I said, I adore life. I adore all the beautiful humans in life, and I really respect comedy and acting and all that stuff. And I think that, you know, we overall like need to enjoy each other and respect each other's talent. And I think that's very huge for me. And like, I think that like the people that we mentioned and the movies that we mentioned and the comedians and stuff, like it's a giant thing that, you know, it's a lot of work. And whether it comes from doing a film or doing a book or being a musician or doing anything, like, you know, people don't understand it's a lot of work, it's a lot of drive, and drive comes with a lot of passion that you might be let down or you might not be let down, but you have to deal with both.
That's true. So are you working with any young people teaching the craft of skateboarding or anything for the young people in regards to film, creativity? I'm being nosy, you know what I'm saying?
I'm always working with I'm always working with people, no matter what. I'm always working with kids. Like, they talk to me every time. I'm open game when it comes down to you know, my phone's always open for phone calls that comes in, and I'm always excited to like push the youth and whoever needs my guidance for anything. I'm there. I can't single out like who and what and what person. It's just I'm that open. Yeah. I'm very like, I'm here. Because I do have the tools. I grew up with it. I made it. I created the platform with my friends. You know, like I said, it's not a me thing. It's a us thing. We did it together with like my friends and I. And this is like what I'm here to do. If one person can't speak for someone, I can do it. If I can't do it, somebody else will do it. But, you know, we have a tight-knit community where we could help guide everyone as much as we can.
So what advice do you have for young filmmakers, young creatives out here, young skaters, regardless to age, just young, just new in this lane in regards to creating something from their mind or from their
believe in yourself and stop looking at comments.
Damn.
Simple as that. Believe in yourself. Stop looking at comments. Move forward. That's the way to go. Fuck with everyone. Like, everyone's an internet thug. No one's like back in the day. Back in the day, somebody said shit about you, you get punched in the nose real quick. Like that. Boom. Like, and that's it. It was over. And either you get a drink with them or you hung out with them, or they never be seen. Everyone's an internet thug now. So fuck them. Just move forward. Don't listen to comments and just believe in yourself. That's my big one. And I tell my daughter that, and I tell a lot of the kids now that I deal with. Believe in yourself. Move forward. Fuck this shit. Comments are comments. Like, don't get mad, because real people will face each other. And I always tell people, if you have a gripe or you have something, you face it. Or you don't face it and you write behind a screen and no one can reach you, then you're a sucker. Don't be a sucker. You know what I mean? Move on. Simple as that, man. I come from Dominican, old school Washington Heights. Like, I mobbed also my mom's fucking hit me with a fucking wire hanger. I get the fucking like got taught real well. Not that she did it every day because I wasn't that bad of a kid, but like when I got it, I was like, ooh, I got it. You're like, oh shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit. Love you, mom. Sorry. Simple that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That is beautiful. I think the last question will be about maintaining relationships. Man, you got long-standing relationships with people. That's the art and the science, and it may not seem like it's something that's needed or a skill. It should be common sense, but it's not. So what is something you could share with people in regards to maintaining healthy relationships over an extended period of time?
Well, maintaining a relationship is like, you got to remember, everything's a learning curve. No one's perfect. You're not perfect. We're not perfect. The other person's not perfect. And you have to learn off each other, and you got to learn like what you believe in and what they believe in, and meet in the middle and keep that relationship together. And the only way to build is to build with each other and know that no one, again, like it just says, like no one's perfect. Like where you think it's right, the other person might not think so. But if you meet in the middle with something and you talk and communicate, which is a big one. If you have a communicative relationship with, whether it be girlfriend, boyfriend, partner, business partner, whatever, like communicate that and know that, you could build together and be like, all right, this is what I feel. And my other big one is like, stay in your lane. If you're good at this, just say you're good at that.
Right.
If you're a salesperson, you're a fucking salesperson. Don't try to be a marketing person if you're not a marketing person. Don't try to be an event manager when you don't know how to do events. Like, it's like, stay in your lane, but communicate with each other. Right. Like what you need with each other to build with each other. So that way, when you do the cross passing, you be like, all right, I need this, you need that, we need this, we do it together, boom, done deal. And that way no one's misconstrued and no one's like, oh, this person sucks. It's like, no, communicate. Are you this person or that person? But don't try to be the umbrella if you're not the full umbrella. If you don't know how to do something, just say you don't know how to do it. It's easy to fucking just, again, communication's key. I don't know how to do this. Like, let's say my toilet's fucked up and I don't know what to do. Guess what? I'm not a maintenance guy. I'll call my friend up real quick and be like, yo, I was like, I know you're good at this. Can you come over? I get you some beers and whatever. Like, come help me out. I'm quick to say that. And even my wife knows that. Like, I'm quick to fucking call a friend and be like, I don't know how to fucking yada yada, this fucking happened, I'm gonna call homie. What's up, homie? come fucking help me out over here, man. Get you dinner or pay you whatever you need for your time. Like, and that's the key part of that question is communication. Keep the communication live and stop fucking look at your phone and just fucking don't think that YouTube and all this is gonna answer questions. Like, talk with people, because once you have that communication with a human interaction, guess what? It brings it bigger, better, and together.
Yes. Alex, thank you for your time, man. Thank you for the love. I know we're going to facilitate a part 2 with some other people who can delve into the skate world with you and kind of sharing that legacy. We got some folks with, the technical expertise and the legacy, so I want to facilitate a discussion with you all and get your minds together. If people want to have a screening in their city, how can they contact you? How can they get a hold of you?
Just hit me on Instagram at peanut186. That's the best way to contact me, and then I give my email and all my information from there. Just drop a DM and hit me up.
Drop the DM, okay? I hear that.
Exactly.
It goes down in the DM, okay?
Exactly. Boom.
This has been amazing, man. You're an amazing brother. Honest to you and your family. Honest to your legacy, and honest to the world that continues to be great because you're in it.
All right, brother.
All right. Peace and blessings to you.
Peace, brother.
That was amazing, y'all. Okay? That was amazing. Alex Corporan, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get a super duper part 2. And we're going to have something great. So, shout out to the family. Killah Priest and the fam, they're about to be celebrating right now. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not going to stay on here too long. I'm going to play more Killah Priest, you understand? But what I want to say before I do that is Blue Knowledge Radio turns 10 on August 29th. So this platform that I built, 10 years, 4,000 episodes, and I see some of the family that always come through, show some love. Akeem, Ben Frank, Jody, Minty Hotep, all of the family, that comes through and shows love over there. I appreciate y'all, from that over, from the platforms happening, and cross promoting. So we're doing something live. Killah Priest will be in the building. Solo Gems will be in the building. We're doing something live in Miami, and we're streaming. So we're streaming at the event. So if you want access to the live, if you get one of these live streamings, you'll have access to both events. So I'll I'll put the link in the chat so you can get your live stream. You will have access to both of these streams. So let me put it up real quick. We got some amazing guests. We have podcast celebration and a concert. So 2 events. So we get to see Killah Priest, Solo Gems live. We got Kai Zodiac will be in the building. Ty Phoenix will be in the building physically. Kill Ripken will be in the building physically. Hakeem Green and Channel Live will be in the building physically. Wise Intelligent will be in the building. It's so many things that's happening right now converging on all of that. Let me get the flyer real quick so I can see the flyer. Just give me a second. What I'll do is I'll play a song real quick, and then when I come back, I have all of the information together. So let me do that.
Play more Killah Priest. Play more Killah Priest. King of Dadanari, speaking wise words to Matani, dressed godly, the book of proverbs I embody, student enrollment, my music's golden, with writtens that influence my opponent, I'm fluent when I'm flowing, the words from faculty to nurture, carved out in murder, priest rocking cherry that's from Persia, write rhymes using old English curses, like I'm from 685 BC circa, get off your knees, you know not what you worship, but salvation's for the merchants, black child of the Berbers, the ruler Hassar Hadan, write it in a book made of bronze, said like you pushing my creative palms. When I was born, there was raging storm, a black god in his greatest form. I'm what real rap listeners was waiting on. I mastered the 7 skills, so I was taking long. Then went back and got the 8. That's not in the book, it's not seen, not spoken. Only true masters can relate. In this place, there's no time, no date. God sakes, you have to rhyme to be great. Abanawa Shabbat Shemayim, a whole line like Gilgamesh and write a scroll in Solar Zion. Ishtar in front of Urdu Malisi, sit on his throne easy and write a poem weekly. Priest in his own, my microphone become a species, all on its own, new chromosomes. Bones Marvel DC, my impact on rap, to free all the righteous people trapped. I'm overstanding, we under attack. Bismarcky music was godly, 82 they dropped Atari, 26 empty clips, John Gotti. Killah Priest hip hop version of Bob Marley, amongst the Ansars, Israelite Muslims and God bodies. Now we got the whole teps. As far as deep, only priest flow is left. I took an oath to hold a set. The Ashur Ike in the writing. Holy Bible Genesis chapter 6. Speak on the giants. My favorite anime, Attack on Titans. Favorite boxer, Mike Tyson. When rhyming, I miss the excitement. Play more Killah Priest. Golden. Gold play more Killah Priest. It's from around the way. Shout out to all the DJs. Stop the rhyme with the skills. Killah Priest keeps it real. He want it like that, so we got it like that. He want it like that, so we got it like that. Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68. The black Jews to the 52 states. All those who relate, this is not up for debate. The stars form a hexagon shape. Metatron in the face. My body forms in the Babylon race. Through megastorms, electrons made a heart pulsate. Piece of Capadon, Ray Corner, Ghostface. Islam is your faith. Open Qurans beneath Ramadan dates. A Hittite king assassinated by a Syrian prince. A chronicle from the honorables recorded the event. Also with the help and the blessings of a religious establishment. Priest is the dragon in the trench. It's raining badly. I'm throwing daggers while I'm drenched. On the top of his palace, I scale down, looking through his windows, eating salad. Holding the chalice, I'm moving silence. Like smoke, you'll never taste the scope on your palate. Who wanna hold their throat in a challenge? Bleeding out, trying to stop the blood while I nail on the prophet rug. Shots blow through the window. Snowflakes in my memento. Gold plates, blindfold, tied up, pillowcase. Foreign voice asking me for info. They fed me whiskey till I'm pickled. They hit me in the arm with the sickle. But I'm calm and official. Alarms whistle. Royal priesthood came with the gang. Save the Messiah, fire rain. Armageddon, the beast beheaded. We reign supreme. Play more Killah Priest. Play more Killah Priest. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Play more Killah Priest. Play more Killah Priest. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Play more Killah Priest. Play more Killah Priest. Say the fake one. Yo, you need some understanding. Here we go, here we go. To learn the laws and commandments, cause we're learning. Yo, city. Our mind is gonna blame. Not using our mind. We're not using our mind. We're losing it every day. You know what I mean? Priesthood. We always seem distracted. I'm distracted. Our magic always cause a reaction when we're real magic, rap magic. You know what I mean? In the streets of the city, Brooklyn, Bronx. Love solo gems. Let's go. Hebrews always talk about reparation. I came here from another we say? With just a hood on me, just a hood. It's a ooh, just a hood on me. Tell us we woke, and at the same time sell us the dope that leads to heart failures and strokes. Where do we start? Do we believe what the elders wrote, or the ones who watched through a telescope? The Illuminati cyclops, beast mark on every coast. The head of a cult, the devil goat that sits in a drum circle like a hippie, dressed like a gypsy. My best of rocket the nebula quotes is like Tesla notes. Now they got surveillance on Diddy. I'm a cross between Umar Johnson and Billy Carson. I told my grandmother that we are from where the stars from. I'm like Rod Hayes, but I'm Todd Wave with a blonde fade. Some days it'll be an orange braid, half shade. That's just his character. I made hair like lemonade. Both his parents come from Africa. Y'all know the prototype. It's the walking life. See, the sun is the source of light. They made my quartz bright as New York at night. They say when Walter Wright, he could steer Hathor to the boat of the moon. Into the cliff, sent to the glyphs to open the tombs. They say Killah flows is like pillar porticos that fulfill the scrolls made of silver and gold. The bars I laid is like sculpted on the architrave. I wrote it like an art display with gods and goddesses with darker shades. I wrote it in the chamber, glowing like the child that was golden in the manger. Only 3 kings knew he was growing to be the savior. Okay, back to rap more about Hathor, the cow-headed near the Nile desert. Under the white clouds, the native dancing in the powwow. He wore the head crown of owl feathers. As the clan went from loud records, and priests and Jizza wrote their signature down on Geffen. And hip-hop's are where I found the presence. The shepherds are coming down from Mount Everest, surrounded by peasants. With unclean skin disease, they called them leopard. I pointed a finger up and moved it around till I found the nebula. I told them I walked through Babylon, Persia, and Mecca. I talked to bees out their nectar, kings out their treasure. I've been counting ever since I've been walking. I started from forever. I've been writing on steelies inside of caverns where it's misty. Dealt tarot cards to the hands of time. Closed my eyes while the mouth of a cave kissed me. I gave the walls history. Y'all enslaved us all misery. That's why I shaved it off and came back bald, a mystery. I wrote it all on big slabs of lapis, lazuli, channel vibes to the candle fire. 12 candlesticks, 6 on amethyst. I write my scrolls on the clove of a rose. You see them when they unfold, the untold secret me and the queen bee hold. So when they make the pollen bin, I can communicate with the insect world like King Solomon. I mean solar gems, most roll to him.
Then I went rogue on them, those who stole my pen. Then I went ice cold as wind. Geminis we roll as twins. When we take the mic, we're the walking life.
The D's rated houses looking for your favorite out of Brooklyn. Africa praises to the bushmen, to the natives in the woodlands, the razors in the Juxin, through the mazes of the bullpen. They killed our saviors, re-raised us and made us into hoodlums. Malcolm X became one of the greatest out of the Muslims, except for this boxer who never went to Oxford, never became a doctor, but got the rings of the chakras. Cassius Clay and Hathaway passed away, saw dimensions. George Benson, could this be a masquerade? Preacher said fast and pray. My mother's not there, but I asked her grave. Tiffany's not here, but her ashes stayed. What words will Prince and Michael Jackson say? I was a boy, now the mirror showed me patches of gray. Then it got black, and I started like tapping into a haze. Dazed, the mirror said your hair looked glazed because that's how much passion you gave. This is what happened, you still rapping. The mirror became my healer when it told me I was a pyramid giver, a gold spitter and a soul filler. I came to slay the Antichrist. Walking life, walking life. Yeah, that's my prayer.
Now, who were some of your early influences?
Well, the planets, the creator, mythical gods, real ones, people, flowers, everything in nature, inspiration. Musicians get their inspiration really from environmental things, and all musicians are inspiration to me, no matter what style they're playing.
So I see the flyer. One of the events that's happening on Friday. The live podcast celebration will happen before this. So As you can see on this flyer, this event is going to be star-studded. All right, so do not video. And Low Life Miami, shout out to Low Life Miami in Orlando. Shout out to the general person, how the third, him and the crew will be in the building. DJ XS, DJ Classic, Shadow League will be in the building. The elite killer clergy will be in the building. So all kinds of things are happening right at this time. Hold on 1 second. Let me do something real quick.
I know my sacred rights when I write. Who am I to judge? I'm in my pen tonight. I got booked in the pages with blue bars in. I started doing the sentence and finished at the margin. My mind tried to escape, but I'm the correctional garden. Max in the mental state, full of gems while I'm jogging. Using words and terms till I serve my turn. On my brain cells form into a bell's bond. Recording while I'm self-rewarding. Like I spit 3 autumns. When I release a masterpiece, just talking. That's how I get when I'm zoning. Just flowing. I make the listener a prisoner of the moment. The old face was abolished, reshaped and polished. Graduate from college, move to different states. The same people that hate make the dollar. Leonardo da Vinci envy. Cathedral cardinals were busy throughout the cities of Italy. The evil part of the history and mystery replaced the people darker than pygmy. Eventually, Michelangelo and Bible radicals handed gold by the Pope from that century to cover art immensely, intentionally. To dark ages from archaic, from rock paintings who started language, charts and data, tribal marks invaders, before titles and parts of Asia. The heart was nature, Africa was far ancient. Older periods, stars Sirius over pyramids, walls with cobra images, rituals were opening mouths of mummies, or biblical, how to rip a crowd for money, identical beneath the clouds of countries, subliminal, one wears the crown is chubby, while we hungry, they ugly and frowned upon me. Look down on us, but count on us, and our growling tummies, arrest the devil, read him his rights, Edomites, in the courts of the courts, the Lord's jury seated Christ, and the 2 witnesses, it's Genesis, bringing the devil as God prisoner, the job for the minister, persecute him, then drag him to the chair to execute him. He tries to bribe you, stone him with Bibles. Give thanks to the Lord for he is good. A million saints with their swords to the devil's hood. Metal hooves, stand in heaven where I never stood. Only in hell, music and spells, magic only several could. Before religions, oral traditions, total transitions, Dogons, Egyptians. Both arms are risen, the boat gone and drifting. The slow on depiction, there's boat on subscriptions. Snowstorm for Christians, black magic and sorcery, mathematics, bad habits, horrors that I see. Dialogue, 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 dialogue. Giving honor and all glory, thankful and painful during long sufferings, calm when storms hovering, protected by my guardian angels. The lower and the upper wings are covering, for soul restructuring. I'm like Job recovering, loosen all the knots and the cluttering till I'm filled with coloring. My life's a book with crayons and spray on. Our legs and arms are bronze from the Amazon. Lost tribes in Babylon. North skies we sung a song. Sweet chariots, then we carried on. We came from the nebula as settlers. We came here to plant grain, then explain the weather. The 10 spirits of the Sephirites, their attributes and appearance. 10, this is the beginning. The hot ones like the chakra transcendent. Our demeanors in Vina, in its likeness in this image. The nexus died like my eye. The astronaut on the ziggurat. Comet rocks past the equinox. Cast it on my headdress. The space cadet, that's the message. Then Gavura like Suma. Then Teferi, then the tea beverage. Connect with comedics, genetics and deep merits. Next up is next suck. After it's hold in your soul. The Malkut, the Tao book. Weed is Nubian, brown kush. Take away the image you saw. Now look. Jacob vengeance on Esau, his crown took. Before the Platos and the Aristotles. In days of old, those were pharaoh novels. And dialogue, and dialogue, dialogue, and dialogue, dialogue, dialogue.
reasoning and dialogue, rhythmic, big applause to the lion god. Round the six mountains, quick the sounds can make the giants nod. Mayan guard, zodiac clocks made of compliant cogs. Move barbarians, medicines from a psychic frog. Hallucination equations lost in vagina bar. They all bow when I walk into the highest lodge. Climbed out the pupil in the all-seeing iris rods. Vivid third eye massage. Flying pigs high up the hog. While they hoarding, I'm boarding the next astral plane. The wheel turns, but I never seen its axis change. The same script, just the actors in the apple frame. While we give you different roles written just to act the same. And clearly you can master's flame. Who could reenact the same? That's a shame. Planets rotating as the math explains. Shed my skin, left a million bodies on the path I came. Killed my former selves and got away, but look what that became. Master brain, God releases science when I ask for rain. Master brain, if you don't have a name, you don't have an aim. In and out this world so many times, still I haven't came. I can see the next me, seen through galactic frames. 7 keys, 5 degrees, demons on our path get slain. Royal priesthood, our reputation got them scared to death. Devils caught wind of us approaching, they give up their breath. Treasure keep a century, eat a season with time spice. I ate a clock and deprecated minutes from my hindsight. I took the 7 vows and went from infinite to finite. He's in the days, but he only entered it to finite. Looking at my chest, now she got interest in the finite. Talisman, talisman, the ignorant divine height and body. All the Gnostics knew their wisdom's in divine right. Profound magic of a master at the round tablet. Heaven's real meal, not immortal from the ground addict. Holy evidence, open portals in my crown addict. Special spectators took the spirit world and brown back. The why knows like why know is ignorance bliss. But it's all mirage, vanished with one flick of my wrist. Took a picture of my watch like it didn't exist. Photo of my photons from the mystic abyss. Serpents with a hawk face, circus in my thoughts race. Knew my Pegasus would be the quickest at the horse race. Spearhead the mirror, every visions of the Lord's face. Arab in the abracadabra, abracadabra. Zigzag, zodiac killer, the next massacre.
Okay. Pardon me. I was talking about the event, and one of the event people called. That's how it works. Right? It works just like that. So, just taking a look at this after. But the podcast episode celebration, we get a chance to celebrate some of the Do Knowledge Radio alumni. So we got a few people out of 4,000 and counting. I don't know the exact number, but I'm saying 4,000 right now. 10 years, 4,000 episodes and counting. So we got some commemorative merch. We got some great opportunities for all kinds of things. So for sponsors, virtual vendors, and whatever the case may be, click the Eventbrite link and see how you can be involved on a level. But if you just want the live stream, know you get access to both of these events virtually. So both of these events will be streamed virtually. You'll get access to both, and it's going to be a great opportunity. Look who's involved. Okay, look who's involved. The host, Dustin Out the Third. Y'all seen him here. General, founder of the Low Life Movement, the global movement. Young Hump, a Digital Underground, aka Hump Low, co-hosting. Going to be an amazing night. It's going to be an amazing night out in the town, out in the city of Miami. We got people coming in town. Ty Phoenix is coming in town that weekend. The great Ty Phoenix is coming in town that weekend. Kill Rifkin. You understand? Kill Rifkin is coming in town that weekend. They're going to be on the stage. They're going to be rocking the mic. Kai Zodiac is coming in town that weekend. Killer Freaks, Kai Zodiac, Ty Phoenix, Kill Rifkin, all going to be on the stage. Just think about that. Think about that monumental, historical Podcraft situation. Ty Phoenix, Kai Zodiac, Kill Rifkin, Killer Freaks on the same stage. Young Hump, Dustin Howe III, same stage. Shadow League, same stage. Special guest invite, Hakeem Green, Channel Live, going to be in the building. It's going to be crazy. So, we go from our discussions and our builds. We got some great minds coming. My priest, Oba Adedayo, I saw him on here with the DJ Red Pillar. He's going to be in the building. That's going to be a historical and monumental event. You understand what I'm saying? So we got so many people. I can't even name everybody. But you got 2 events for the price of 1 live stream ticket. So we even got the 2 for 1. So if you love somebody, y'all could go half on the ticket. You understand what I'm saying? I could go half on the ticket, man. If you want your products there, get with me. We giving products away, so it's a great opportunity to get your product or services in the front of new eyes. So go on the Eventbrite, check it out. You know what I mean, and let's do something magical. Let's do something magical. We're celebrating. It's a celebration weekend. A lot of things happening in Miami that entire weekend. Studio sessions, magic, Killah footage, all kinds of things. I'm telling you, it's going to be something that's amazing. And then we get a little chance to see a tiny bit what's going on with Do Knowledge and Do Knowledge Radio's documentary, 1 in Many. So I want to be in the building virtually if you can't be in the building physically. Telling you, going to be off the chain. Definitely going to be off the chain. So tell a friend, man. I'll put the link in here one more time. 10-year anniversary of Do the Knowledge Radio. Cypherversary. You understand what I'm saying? So we cypher what our verses. So it's going to be historical and monumental. You know what I mean? So click the link. Get your tickets. Secure your spots in the place. Secure your spot in the place. Yeah, I just wanted to say that real quick before I forgot. I got into the mix of everything that's going on. So it's definitely going to be an event that's out of this world. Shout out to DJ XS and DJ Classic on the 1s and 2. DJ XS, y'all saw him on here when we were talking about the Love and Loyalty weekend. President of the Low Life chapter, Miami, him and the fam is coming out in rare form. He's gonna be performing also. Not only is he one of the illest DJs, he's an ill MC, ill performer. It's going to be the truth. All right, you don't want to be the one that heard about this and you didn't. You didn't get to see it. So yeah. Cypherversary, 10 years of Do Knowledge Radio, 4,000 episodes and counting. Crazy, crazy, crazy opportunity to see everything working and in motion. All right, so I just wanted to share that flyer real quick and give a reminder. Let me put the link in here one more time. Tell somebody, cop them live stream tickets while they last. So again, 1 ticket for access to both events virtually. So the people who come into the event, they gotta pay twice. So y'all getting a leg up. You physically there, you gotta pay twice. But if you virtually there, because we fam, okay, y'all getting Podcraft privilege. Y'all getting Podcraft privilege. So I want to shout that out real quick. Shout out to John Newsom for all these amazing guests. We're going to do an epic recap show. If y'all love Killah Priest, buy more Killah Priest, play more Killah Priest, and wear more Killah Priest. So KillahPriest.tv, song promotion segment will be live in effect tomorrow. at the regular Podcraft scheduled time. They'll be back. Shout out to Architect D, aka ADA Dizzle, for all of the hard work and the dedication to keeping this moving, regardless to whom you are. This is not an easy task. It might look like it's easy, but it's not. Okay, so show them some love and let's continue this magic going on. So I'm gonna do what I love to do for a few more minutes, which is play more Killer Freeze. Text him, show him some love, blow his phone up, blow up his DM. You understand what I'm saying? They're celebrating right now, everybody all together. I believe Thursday How the Third. Everybody's out there converging on that location for that Wednesday live event, monthly event that's taking place out there in Los Angeles. You understand what I'm saying? DJ Symphony on the ones and twos. They got the Woo DJ, you know what I'm saying? They got the Woo God, the Iron Software Hip Hop, Killer Priest, celebrating our brother. Mad love, honor, and respect to him. That's a movie. And then next Friday, okay? Next Friday is going to be life-changing. You know what I'm saying? Life-changing. So, yeah. Thursday might be off the chain. Thursday, we might all be together. Mostly everybody, whoever's in town. Everybody might be all together, bothering AD on the Podcraft. You know what I'm saying? So, you just never know. You never know what it is, but I'm going to do what I do. Shout out to SL Smith. Shout out to The Crossing. Shout out to Jody. Everybody go run up to Jody's channel, okay? Jody got a YouTube channel. Go subscribe. Go watch her videos. Let's support each other. And as John Newsom calls the Podcraft ecosystem, the ecosystem, the nucleus of the ecosystem is Killer Priest, but then everybody who is a contributor for everything that goes on, we support each other. You know, we support each other. So go support one of the ladies of the Podcraft, Jody. I know y'all love her. You understand what I'm saying? I love her too. So go run up her channel. Go to her channel right now. Okay? Go watch the videos. Go watch the videos. Leave some comments. Leave some interaction. Leave some feedback. Then send them to somebody you love. Okay? Send something you love to somebody you love. You understand what I'm saying? So let's do that. Let's, put some arms of support to Jody and her work. You understand what I'm saying? And let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go make it happen. All right. So while we jamming to more Killer Priest right now, go subscribe. Go subscribe to Jody's channel. Okay. Matter of fact, where that video at real quick? Hold on. Like, well, I don't know how to get to the channel. I got you. Yeah. I got you. Chill. I heard somebody say like, yo, man, I don't even know how to get to the channel. Now, what is you talking about? So let me put it there real quick. Bang, bang. Go watch the video. Leave a comment. Leave a like. Subscribe. Run them numbers up. It ain't long. All right? It ain't long. So y'all love her. Show them proof. Show Jody some love. All right? So I'm about to go do my job, okay, which is play more Killer Priest. All right? Song promotion segment again, real quick. www.killerpriest.tv. Wear more Killer Priest. Go get the merch. Go get the albums. Go get them books before I buy them all. Because once I buy them all, you're like, yo, son, you got all the books. I had a chance. You understand what I'm saying? So, get the vinyl. Get all of these collector's items. One thing that I took away from our guest tonight, something he did as a child, something that God put on his heart and in his path, is something that he lives right now, the residuals of, to this day. So his friend started off with a skateboard. He got a skateboard. They've been skating ever since. And they've been skating through life. So skating through life sounds like an analogy, like it's a breeze. It ain't a breeze. It comes with bruises. It comes with scars. It comes with scabs. It comes with all kinds of things. However, as long as you keep on moving, no matter how many times you fall down off of that skateboard, you get back up and you get in motion. You continue to be in motion. This 10 years, if I start talking about this 10 years, we'd be another hour, but I ain't doing that right now. This journey, think of your life's journey. Think of something that you're passionate about. Think of something from you that keeps you up at night, got you up early, whatever the case in time in your cipher that you carve out time to do those things that you love. Allow those things to transform you in a way that the thing that you do for a profession is a thing that you do that you love. So it enriches your life and it strengthens or increases your longevity in regards to your overall self, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. So tuning in to your passions, tuning into what you love, tuning into your hopes, your dreams, and your desires, because as they say in the business world and the entrepreneurial space, if you don't live out your dream, you're going to be living out someone else's dream. So get in tune with what you love, get in tune with who you are, get in tune with those spaces and places that move you, motivate you, uplift you, and enrich you, and fulfill you. So you don't walk around purposeless, but purposeful. Shout out to purpose. You understand what I'm saying? So I said I'm going to be quiet. And it's a wrap. So go show Jody some love. Run those numbers up virtually. Like, comment, subscribe, feedback. And with that, been another Royal Priesthood Wednesday. Your brother Alex Corporan live. Amazing guest, Alex Corporan was in the building. Another great guest from the John Newsom ecosystem and the John Newsom spectrum. So we will be back here next Wednesday with young Skywalker. Luke will be in the building wrapping up the art show, and another special guest, Kevin Lyons, will be in the building. So we just continuing to go, continuing to grow, and let's do some greatness. Let's make it happen, all right? So in the words of the wise man, play more, Killah, preach.
Pain make the black fathers chain smoke. It starts to rain in the park, children playing on the swings. Marvin Gaye standing in his raincoat. Do you see demons in the flames? World made him go crazy till he seen the babies with the wings of an angel. They can't grow, it's painful. First off, rest in peace to Takeoff. His real name Kirchnick, Kyrie Ball. At the same time with Kanye, and Kyrie got involved. Oh wow, Kirchnick, Kyrie and Kanye. Guess that's the modern day KKK. Ancestors were slaves, now we America's plagues. Be aware and afraid. From Hebrews to Negroes, I heard the sequels fire and brimstone. Cause they put the messiahs on Skid Row. We were the providers that lift stones. We had empires with big thrones. We were never pre-owned, now we unknown. When I write I can see home. Before they put our seeds in the twilight zone. The enemies with the white tone. That gave us BET and EBT. R.I.P. to Nate Dogg and Easy E. Tupac Shakur and B.I.G. Shots for you all, and one more for Shock G. They on the ships as Anunnakis. When I spit, they transform through my body. They call it the gift of my hands when man first saw astronomy. Call me Gandhi or Godly from Mali. Spread love like I'm on Molly, but I'm as strong as Brawley or Broccoli. They call me the Mahdi. The truth is clear as Saki. I'm headed through the spheres, the proof is here, the suits I wear is probably for the star seas. I'm the tsunami, split to both sides when I part seas like Moses. I wrote this is God disease. Hashtag, when did Kanye start talking like he's Razzcast? Who would've thought it, but we support it. Knowledge drop like a leaky faucet. Take ignorance out like a trash bag. Say to babies, we in the land where they made a graven lady. The great horde that makes war and takes your safety. Satanists, necromancers. Question God, the devil answers. Alchemists with bars, a metal handler. I sit on the throne with heavy antlers. The golden deer, the chosen steer. It's more than rap in the booth, I'm a channeler. I sense rejection, isolation, and fear. And abandonment, our planet hit. Candles lit for a year. Save the babies. Stress, loss of control. Death, this is Hades. Bodies going up the pole. They feel lost in the need to belong in. I see the performance. Let's save our seeds till the morning. And place our greed in the coffin. You can actually see what I'm talking. I got the tolerance of Solomon. On my throne of knowledge in the outer realms. I see it like a film or a hologram. I see our babies going crazy. Infants codependent. With no opinions that's so offensive. No one to help them or show them business. So they are co-defendant in his prisons. But with the math, I'm the master of the solar system. I came in the craft to expose religion. But I'm good friends and good faith with the Jehovah Witness. And so with Christians. In Islam, I sit calm as I deal with the outer limits. I switch palms, I'm the old magician. Sleight of hand when I'm writing jams. My style is hitting algorithms. Balance wisdom, the salad's healing. Trauma from the mama, drama. I had rhymes ready to carry the summer. But I was never ready for the news, I had to bury my mother. I told my Aunt Cassie and Aunt Carrie I love her. Don't worry, no suffer. Fish and curry for supper. She's my Mary as I sit with the brothers. Maybe my last meal, Judas, came as a covert, narcissist. Arguments over if I had a deal. Bag of pills, 50 pieces of silver, I grab the steel. It's getting real, this giving chills. I written this will, understanding anxiety through a child's eye. Grew up on the wild side, expecting the storm, mad clouds in the sky. Saved the children, obeyed the healing. They played victim, became the villain. God favors Abel's offering because of jealousy came with killing. In the 60s we were proud of blackness. None of black queens are child or captive. Churches Alice to practice. Our attitudes are maladaptive. Our children play in the day, but at night the owls are active. Police proud with the captain. Big brother watches through clouds for our taxes. We stand on mounds looking up but can't see them like the meerkats. And fear that they looking down on our actions. Post-traumatic stress disorders. The IRS at our door cuz they took the law from us. They plan to build a super highway to try to escape to get arrested at the borders. Grandmothers pray, making a mess at the altar. It's like the old days, hair braids. Like the chicken necks, make an offer. Pray till it rains. Felt a hurricane over Mississippi till the whole South flood with waters. We personalized, we hurt inside. We never arrived, we first tried. 432 Hertz vibes. He must be doing the devil's work. This is Mr. Universe live. West is Yam, the East is Codeine. Teaming in the South, let me even this out. They came from the North, which is smoke. Painted on skulls, the land of Canaan of old. Trading and enslaving the gold. Required by force. Wanted resources, some tribes on a horse. Uninhabited plots, that's why the unexplained gathered in crops. The whole universe is inside of an astronaut. They say Killah Priest sounds like when Prince first worked with Sheila E. When Michael Jackson first put on his glove. When the first disco balls lit up a club. When Bob Marley lit up his bud. Or Hear the Key by Stevie Wonder. Or Hear My CD Mother. Save the babies.
Here, the centuries of loneliness were to end.
Your collection of Leonardo da Vinci masterpieces, Mr. Flint.
They appear to have been recently painted.
On contemporary canvas with contemporary materials.
Then, age, death, the taste of dust. Do you understand?
You wanted a perfect, ultimate woman. As brilliant, as immortal as yourself. Your mate for all time.
Merkaba master. I charted demons to other worlds, drop devils to plaster. Rush them to hell, breathing asthma. Play Satan on gurneys next to Hermes. Send them off to their journey to Cleopatra. They read those chapters, egos captured. The Leo laughter, neoplasma. Run through my veins in this matrix, and my basement became a plaza. And now I'm in the Sky Lounge with negative spirit hackers. Build on math and we read the chapters. Observe through our windows at the quiet disasters. Riots at NASA, marches, gender pride, freedom rights for the masses. Till we do away with first and second citizen classes. Religion is backwards, trying to comprehend to the pastor. This gym is like Jasper. Either we all live and strive for the youth to survive, or it all ends with the rapture. Forget waiting on the man, I'm making a plan. And for the ages of false statements, I'm taking a stand. Start an investigation on Satan with a cross in my hand. Make him plead guilty, now face the jury. We're in the courts of I am. If I could just vanish from off the planet, like magic, become caught from granite. Days, mathematics is understanding.
Hey, hey, did you hear? This is the perfect place. This is the perfect place to disappear.
A billion stories in the naked city. Ghost told me that his best friend needs a kidney. We froze, reminiscing Tiffany in the cold. Open whiskey from the 20s in the memory. Sympathy made the angels play a symphony. Said he could've had a scholarship. Toured different colleges. Now he's out of it, fading away slowly on dialysis. His name remained anonymous, but here's my acknowledgements. Street legends and hood guards. Kingdom fall into a mirage. Ghetto depression sets in. Then we place weed and cigars. A child has difficulties concentrating. From where he lives, he sees his promises fading. He sees his pops gone, his mom's is aging. She trying to stay strong for a church congregation. And meanwhile, a kid named Rico was the coke king. A lot of siblings of the dope fiends hope you scream. A lot of children with broken dreams, homes were clean. The most extreme, you got rich and what you sold to queens. Look what you did to Josephine. And Ebony is unheavenly. The devil's ready with open wings. As Lucifer uses love and his youthful mug. Then his blood on the cobra's fangs.
Hey, hey, did you hear? This is the perfect place to disappear. This is the perfect place to disappear.
Phoenix. Get it? Yeah. From a mustard seed, I must succeed. Through storm clouds, the horned owl just brushed the trees. The rainfall, I remain small, so luckily the grain is tall, but I change form, become a tree. Dusting off my leaves, the moth and bee swirl around me. A world with no boundaries. The ignorant 10% thought it was just a breeze. Throwing dirt cause their heart holds in their hurt. Hey yo, Ty, you know the chart shows when to be alert. This goes from 2 in a verse to a whole universe. The altitude is windy, but through currents and air pockets, a rare prophet. To feel the world is too empty. It's too much to explain. Ty pH is the water, so it's only right she rain. And y'all know my name. Yeah, Ty Wave.
Taking you higher than you ever been. Feel the rush in the air when you touch the wind. Soaring with the eagles, baby, here we are. In the clouds past heaven, baby, fly with us. Taking you higher than you ever been. Feel the rush in the air when we touch the wind. Soaring with the eagles, baby, here we are. In the clouds past heaven, baby, fly with us.
A royal priest beside a phoenix is no less than fire. Every bar's a power line like an electric wire. We interplanetary beings, we can stand the sun. Been to 23 galaxies like a Samsung. When they speak of royalty, they thinking J and B. I'm talking higher deities and the awakened me. Unmistakably, I leveled up from A to B. Laid this beat like it was masonry. Don't play with me. Going higher than the rest of them. Flying, we caress the wind. Tower over lesser men, taller than the Nephilim. Use it like a sharp sword, so you will respect the pen. Claiming my reward every day, I put the effort in. Jewels around the throat chakra like a diamond necklace. Gather knowledge, drop clues like a crime detective. I took the road less traveled, found divine direction. We on the plane of existence with space and time connecting.
Taking you higher than you ever been. Feel the rush in the air when we touch the wind. Soaring with the eagles, baby, here we are. In the clouds past heaven, baby, fly with us. Taking you higher than you ever been. Feel the rush in the air when we touch the wind. Soaring with the eagles, baby, here we are. In the clouds past heaven, baby, fly with us. Fly with us, fly with us, fly with us, fly with us.
fire worshippers. Abraham followed Abraxas, Sax, priests, honorable and hollow words. Same word, sages of the ages, and prophets, Coptic, Gnostics, and apostles heard. And those sinning unfinished, now it's written in the ribbon, and held by 4 swallow birds. Beneath Abraxas practice, in the blackness, seance, each one of my classics. Burn a candle to Anu with bottled myrrh, and Quetzalcoatl and herbs. Preach the novel in the marble been heard. A gold icon of Basilides of Alexandria. They sold to Italy from a palace out in Zambia. Stole from Sicily, Africa towers over Pangea. Amateur, reaching for my pleroma. Deep sleep and yoga. Psyches like the Pisces of Jonah. Tertullian, so I get the nutrients to come out of Nubian. I'm not talking about the ancient Natufians or hooligans when I'm putting out something new again. Let LF tell her death. Me, I'm an embellish on the angelic. Holding the mic like a relic. Last one left. Priest and purpose. Living footprints deep in the surface. Enough to be called a crater. Meditating in the Tibetan Hall in Asia. We all evolve from nature. The ink shooting out my pen like flaming balls hitting my paper. I grab the dark horns of archons and star forms. The bars drawn to give you Mars floors to walk on. Epiphanius, Arrhenius, Hippolytus, sit by fire, different writers sniffing coke. Who's the most highest? Baptizer, Holy Ghost. Santa Morte, Phantom in all gray, stands in the hallway, head of a ramp with hands on your grave. Purpose, let the chords play. Priest never had an off day. Never let my sword lay, so all pray. Work from the bottom like Noah. Meditate, I slip into a coma till I reach my pleroma. Paranoid, I keep seeing the same numbers. Even on the train that's coming, lights in the tunnel. I'm standing at the terminal of eternal jewels.
God is love. It's either you just did. The same thing that created the tree created me. The same elements that created water created you. Same element that creates the wind and the rain created woman. God is everyone and everywhere.
I said it before, I'm a melody, a metaphor. I'm the L-O-V-E, comma, MC, comma, mentor, comma, Assalamu alaikum, breaking, Satan, embracing the day sun with night arms, quite calm. You see peace as we sleep, as you stare in the spheres, you hear light bombs, distorted noise, distant thunder, a sense of joy and mystic wonders. Spring is escorted into fall's courthouses in the winter season to visit summers.
The moon and the stars, the fields full of grain, the soft summer breezes and the mountain rains, it all belongs to my Father. Abba now is Shabbat Shemayim, Orion, Holy Mount Zion, snowy owls flying. I watched them closely, then slowly they morphed into Kobe Bryant. Talking, what is he saying? Then behind them I saw thousands of musicians playing instruments, intimate, actors and entertainment giants, masters of science. Get a path with their guidance. I'm in the craft when I'm writing. I am brass, I am diamonds. I wear a mask to keep them shining. I believe in man. I believe in woman. I believe that we can change anything that's wrong. I believe that God gave every man and every woman the power to change, to cause effect, to treat people decently. We have the power to feed the hungry children or not to feed. We have the power to give and administer justice or non-justice. We have the power for everything.
I dissolve the Old and New Testament like it's a peppermint. These gospels open up my nostrils. The treatment's like a medicine. It secretes within my tonsils. Then I speak counsels to my apostles. Like it's heaven sent, like Jesus in the Nephilims. I'm in past and present tense. To unmask the devil Schmidt, to the upper class of presidents. Whether testosterone or estrogen.
Wait a minute, the colossal bones left evidence. Paintings of these ancient astronauts on these stones are copper tones. Solo, let's make an instrument. Chisel, now place the rocks on his phone. Then put it in this box that's unknown. The sun is hot, ozone, layer, prayer, watch. Time stops the invention of hip-hop. This is a microphone. The scenery is like a twilight zone. That's how I write poems. As I hone in my third eye cones. Then combs through ancient black civilizations and highlight thrones. Blood type Israelite to the real Christ is shown.
Do you believe in God? That is God to me. God is trees, air, women, men, children. We are made in his image. So my philosophy is if we're in his image, we must really be close to him. So man and woman must be a part of him. That is God.
Representing polarity, iller than ever before. Polarity, that's the universal law.
You know Phoenix set it off right. Haters mad they can't copy the archetype. Awesome light that's glowing out my avatar. MCs rather spar, get sabotaged. Our destiny was written in the ethers. That's why we make shit look seamless. Gotta resurrect the people when they fall behind. Can't carry a leader, I'm a cardinal sign. Two sides to the laws of attraction. There's an equal and an opposite reaction. We represent all signs, no slacking. From Leo love to Aquarius detachment. Top renegades, lyrical assassins. Y'all not made of the same type fabric. We here to ascend. God in human skin. In the game of life, baby, all we do is win.
Bullseye till I Scorpio, I'ma shoot again. Word killer, that's Gemini, getting the 8th verbal. Edibles that can get them high with a taste. We all satisfied, we really just getting by on the plate. Wow, that's a planet without an end. Getting my infinite plane, I spin around it again. Liquid fire is spilling out of my pen. We all returning this ending how it begins. Handcrafted Ouroboros, leather boots on the ground grass. Orange field, audible meals, this made it sound grass. I drift off like the smoke from the barrel of shaft. The principal with such class, I balance the staff. Too late to sip a rewind from the hourglass. I calculated each step even without math. Screw the lightning bolts in the sky. I rush the clouds, crash, thought wheels spin in the sky even without sun. Sun,
dark,
light,
dark,
high,
low,
low, day,
night,
sun,
left, right, flow,
as above,
so below. We on a mission to slay the enemy totally. Bars is deadly, weaponized poetry. I'm held up in high esteem with respect. Swords the pinnacles of every queen in the deck. What? You ain't never seen God in the flesh? Can't duplicate the qualities that we possess. We gon' make them all bow down and confess. You in 3D, we playing 5D chess.
You know the league's best, don't you see the finesse? The plan is planning everything, no needing to guess. We just kicking the door in, we don't need a request. Urban is the one-man SWAT team, kaboomy rank. Spun the block, got it made, swiping on your clocks clean. It's our time, speaking crystals in the watch screen. The stars line, they admitted we the top team. We manifested every vision, these are not dreams.
Beams from the sun shine like a Leo. Aquarius, the opposite, that's the people. Capricorns on the rise straight through the ceiling. All my Cancer crabs in touch with their feelings.
Every season from the top when you elevate. Think they would keep the scales on me like I'm selling weight. Bid hip to the stars, now that's a star shit. Back to back hits, I ain't never seen the arms miss.
Go to war like an Aries if you bring beef. Or like a Libra, we can negotiate peace.
For my Sag archers, Gemini thinkers. Leo on the stage, Aquarian change bringers.
Gemini, that's the twins, yeah, cause it's two. Sag hopping on flights, then schooling you.
This for Scorpios, killing them with my Taurus bulls. Virgos working they shift, Piscean orbital. Sun,
dark,
light,
high, low,
day,
night,
sun,
left, right, flow,
as above,
so below.
This polarity the whole day. Ain't no fall without spring. Very head to the tail.
Have you heard of Nag Hammadi? No? Let me tell you about it. The Nag Hammadi Library is a collection of 13 ancient books called codices, containing over 50 texts. Texts that present a radically different view of early Christian beliefs.
During the early race, man wanted real estate, so he started building shape. Others started to fill away, though they started killing snake. Those of the worldly faith found themselves in pearly gates. Left his seat as girl inflates. Blessed he who elevates. Set the tea and meditate. Rain splash off of the stained glass. Medieval cathedrals that still stand in Spain and France. Skeleton figures how many diamonds his ring had. The courts had green grass. The hawks took spring baths. Across where kings clashed, they fought for the queen's hand. A masterpiece done by priests. Refractory property so unique. Sister goes Sophia in her holy seat. Her feet Alistair Crowley sleeps. It's where Kiss and Bon Jovi meet. The Greek, the beast, the owl covered in rosaries. Prophetess, potions, and poetry. Abraxas Reba Simha. The lion called Simba. When rhyming, I'm the Templar. The troubadour make music for the temper. The rooster call from roof to floor. The eyes in the center. The truth is all manly hall. What lies within the picture. The fruit don't fall. Nuclear war that ties within the scriptures. The zodiac sign of Hitler. More than one Jack the Ripper. More than one Shakespeare. For some of the take years. The Nag Hammadi god body that practice motionless karate. The dragon on my Vatican Armani. Nag Hammadi, not bad. The craft I'm in, I'm mastering. The carpentry, the scaffolding. Corian stones to cornerstones. When I grab the pen, I fall in my zone and reach the African. Plastered in the walls of Rome, the priest is practicing. The royals on the doors of the dome, pads and fabric skin. On the mountain surrounded by columns, writing my album. All alone like a minute of solemn, solving my problems. Gothic sanctuaries, the wall of St. Mary's. The Gospel of John is scary. Lately I've been drinking heavy, reading Psalms with nervous palms. Open the vote, grab my sword and my coat of arms. Murder I wrote. Nag Hammadi Library.
I hear spirits I'm aware when they whisper. Books and steps climbing up my stairs in the mirror. Zodiac webs, but the air in a twister.
The Nag Hammadi god body
rare for the listener. Yo, Nag Hammadi, Nadi Maki, crusade. Good lord, hook saw chopping with the moon blade. 10 planets in my space, jamming when the tunes played from sampling the groove late. Acoustics, he's not in his body, but after all, he asked the all, so he's not in his body. Nag Hammadi, disagree, but really, could've Nag Hammadi. Nag Hammadi's body, Sakura Karma, Hama robbery. Nagasaki door train, Nazi trolley, stopped his folly. I'm a turbulent legend, heads were told by how to spot me. Never poke a dot on a leopard, the grand menagerie. Right before they make their next move, they say the planets watch me, follow me forever. When the camera shot me, Mandelbrot me, cosmic egg, Nog exotic beaches in the sand in Bali. Woke up a giant, lost the trees upon the land with broccoli. Y'all don't understand it probably. Kick inside the gown of Lakshmi, never reached the ground the top. They see me, and they found the mock, they found the copy, sound karate. As speaking, I found the cocky on the clock, I knew the doom. Master underground Gaddafi, ancient astronaut from Mali. Yes, I'm high, but not on Mali. Exercise for Lottie-Dottie, cards with wands. Manuscripts, but couldn't hold the manuscripts of Marble Khan. Shalabam, Lake-O-Matic carbon. Enemy in dark bronze, apocryphon of Ka. Hypostasis of the archon. Delete computer cookies out the language to the jargon. Avians, Acadians, praying in the Sargon. Start calm, then it got crazy up in stark calm. Intelligence that blew their brains, they say I was a smart bomb. Creatio, extra helio, made out of nothing. Society is fake, it's a great amount of bluffing. Ancient books looking like they just came out the oven. Yes, he is Mazda Vegas, living water, mystic order, Yahweh ain't as cold as his. Nag Hammadi codices. Lamb upon the codices, the solar bridge exploded lids. I showed the kids to stand on top of lotuses. Bible or eyeball, lyrics in the sky wall. Miracles inside Paul, my streets, see men as trees. My enemies see end them easy, right with venom. Inquisition, writing still, leaving books burning like the Inquisition. Never ask forgiveness, astrophysics, back to business. Globe models hanging on my balls, call it sacrilegious.
That tells a completely different version of a story you thought you knew by heart. These manuscripts were hidden for a reason. In the end, Nag Hammadi's texts aren't just relics. They're a bombshell on traditional teachings, showing us just how diverse and dynamic early Christian thought was.
A date with summer, she said Leos have egos, but make great lovers. That's all that she knows. Ocean, white seagulls, sky turns purple, Virgo. On the sand with Merlot, her clothes off. Her skin so soft, it turned cold, wind from the north. Beneath the purple spinning sky. Let me tell you about my twin, Jim and I. We were wet from the waves till our linen dried. Then the sun started to fade, thin in tides. It's all love, but I hate when women lie. She said she was just my summer fling. Wait till spring, she'll come again. She kissed me gently, I rubbed the winter hair. White as snow, we said cheers to our New Year's. Right in flows, the night is cold. Come here, put this jacket on. My dear, take some tongue cat, Ollie, and horny goat, Capricorn. It's getting late after dawn, let's make some passion porn. She said, wait, let me score them till the autumn. It's like a lake when we falling. Brown, orange, sound of birds calling. Don't beat around the bush, get to the point. Taurus, or our envy poison. Left us a corpse in the cold. Scorpio, coffee in the loft with some weed roll. A kilo, fish scales, Pisces. Summer of love, sheer bliss. Reminisce, kiss and tell. Ocean, boat sails, big whales. Times I miss, she said, this is the season, let's take a picture. Aquarius, pouring out a heart. Take a chariot like a cherry pick. Seasons, morning till it's dark, like Sophia the Caesar. She said I should never leave her. Thoughts are laying on her heavy. Libra, you be my angel, I'll be your leader. She looked back at me, don't be a jackass, Sag. Couldn't think of why you always stay mad. That's why we always bump heads. Aries, I used to drill it like a ram. Relationship got cancer. Sideways, held on things like a crab, especially our past. But seasons are our destinies last. Forever November 22, a stick of gum, pennies and glue. Loafers on sofas with you. Mocha, posters of us too. Seasons. Summer, winter, spring, fall. Seasons. All seasons. I love the seasons. The seasons while we're here. The seasons while we're here.
Yo, colleagues, equilibrium that master the gun style. My cell phone's own, called a pass with a sundown. But Aries answer saying he'll be back from a gun trial. Caught shooting the breeze in the back is the sun child. Leave but that's the phone to the side, but mine Jupiter. Capricorn answer with one ring to rule them all. Sun King Aquarius change can make you new it all. Taurus are the spokes in the wheel, they know who to call. Superman, rise to the occasion when the humans spoil a lonely child. Better sand castles with the hands of time. Relax, meditate, stay home like the Cancer sign. Gemini 12, imagine I'm Peter Pan, I'm on the pitter pattern of the brain drop rings of the grand design. Phantom of the amber shrine, Virgo things you can't combine, but it makes the plans align. Leo under the camera time, up the stage I look up at the stars like they're fans of mine. Scorpio found treasures he ain't seeking, never plan to find. Fish up his footprints in the annals of the sands of time. Pisces footprints, 12 inches is a ruler. 12 signs, the ecliptic is a jeweler. Sag cross the spirit river in the physical maneuver. Aston Martini, take a sip of the Kahlua. Godcraft coming hoppers to the ship as I maneuver. 4 seasons, I call me 4 C's. 7 in the center, it calls me the 4 C. I'm leaving bars behind like I walk through the doors free. So much self-esteem, I can walk through the walls, see? Messages in the numbers, I met her in the summer. Hit after hit, I never guessed I was a drummer. Wrestled the Leviathan, my vessel is the lion's den. Moby Dictionary made the steppers at a hydra skin. I sat back, just watched the time spindler. Zodiac Goldie, Optimus Prime Minister, who climbed the sky ladder to rocket for my temperature. And once I reached the pinnacle, I got the perfect view. Sometimes I'm not even sure if I'm on earth with you. Be prepared when the seasons come. 4 creatures, 4 wheels that complete the one. 12 signs on the road, what will we become? In a race against time, who can beat the sun? Be prepared when the seasons come. 4 creatures, 4 wheels that complete the one. 12 signs on the road, what will we become? In a race against time, who could beat the sun?
Once upon a rhyme, after teaching, number 1, I trained the next godly elixir in the ways of the imperial bear style. This is his story.
Story of the Guardian. The General. Kill Ripken. Yeah. Bear with me. The clock stopped when Father sparked my creation. After 9 months, I came out of hibernation. Circle 7 forms my constellation. Compile thoughts like a compilation. Peace, no confrontation. Envision victory, no misery. Strictly learning self, health is wealth. DNA is antiquity. From Tripoli to Sicily, beyond infinity. Nobility, had angels celebrating my nativity. Born competent, confident, took every praise as a compliment. In the vast estate, I'm an occupant. Once owned slaves on the continent, that's my past life. I remember hard to gaslight. Loved as a cub, little black bear, they call me Makwa. Found truth in the heart chakra, 6th house realm watcher. Free as a furlough, bear in mind I'm a Virgo. Timid and shy, sparks fly like an inferno. Turn heads, never a turncoat. When I do business, give a firm quote. Earn dough, sipping Merlot, accordingly. I represent God's authority, compassionate, reliable, upright, morally, reportedly. They selling people hope, no warranty. Build and destroy, they really don't want war with me. In a habitat with hostile hearts, adapted to science and martial arts. Trained to go dart for dart, shrine to my art, my dojo. Solo, attack with 2 swords, Miyamoto. Mystic Mazda Mojo. Never fear y'all, one of my styles, bear claw, grizzly. Dismantle threats quickly, speak wrath of God certainly. Bear the load, ruled by Mercury. Teach a leader, knowing what my purpose be. Ability to keep fighting wounded, repair cells like Wolverine between material and unseen. Symbolize the consequence of disobedience. Elixir number 2, this the main ingredient. I keep feeding it. I call your bluff, though I run with killers at night. Sweet science, master the art of a wilderness life. Amongst lions and wolves, you know gorillas and hyenas. With fellas and misdemeanors, and tell when they subpoenaed. Intel makes me a creature of detail. Some pray we fell, the force too strong, we prevail.
Trained in the art of discipline. I left the young bear in the middle of the woods alone at night until its sounds and smells became that of home. Raised amongst bears who accepted him as one of their own. Kill learned their ways. In time, he would be ready to defend the land against foreign invaders seeking to colonize the vast Moorish estates.
Represent a rebirth, a resurrection, seek perfection. Care for my loved ones, no exception, I'm protection. Papa Bear, honored to be of service. Brute strength along with my size, make most nervous. Patience, innocence, building inner strength. Linked with the natives, no coincidence. Striving to keep my innocence. Enemies who plan my demise got dealt with. Kills a bull in a china shop, I can't help it. Turn greener than a Celtic, Berserko from gold hurt foes. Every day I grind, no stopping my workflow. 72 chambers if you brave enough enter. My style's chin-out, no competition, I'm the winner. Break bones, rip joints and ligaments. 5 deadly blackamoors, militant, administrating due diligence. Once fought 5 foes of man, preventing them from snatching up the souls of man. Victims of a stolen land. Taught the tree of life by energy, but resonate lyrically. Demonstrate spiritually and civically. Kills a mystery, witness my mythos, it's my story. Rhyme minister, got live wires that die for me. Play my position, my defense is 85 bears. Added to my arsenal, kicks, hats, and snares. No fear. Witness the bear, yeah.
After finding his own way through the forest to find the cavern of the immortal giant, he drank the potion, and the second godly elixir was reborn with enhanced abilities, derived from his training and time amongst the bears. With the lion and bear, it was time to take on number 3, the electrical Elohim. We are one step closer to defeating the alchemist and rescuing the calligrapher. There's so much I wish I could tell you now, but that is a priesthood tale for yet another day. Once upon a rhyme. Many moons ago, after the departure of the first two, I took on a very peculiar student. His name was Car Zodiac, and he studied electric eel style. This is his story. The legend of Car Zodiac, third godly elixir.
Hey yo, peep this summary with swords drawn like pains take their weapons kneel. Suddenly they wore the form, they couldn't get their necks to heal. Gotta play the cards you're given, you won't get a better deal. Studying the water forms, training with electric eels. The master summoned me, I wore the form of the next Brill. Resurrected just to tell the people what this death revealed. Scuba good and Zupa feeding fish to the 7 seals. Pretty maidens, mermaids watch, told me
connect and feel, be one with the current.
Now I was thinking about his breath to steal. Tasted the forbidden fruit underneath the sex appeal. Battling reflections in my thoughts that were never real. The master said,
you're God in the flesh. You think that death is real.
As a child, merry-go-round upon the heavens wheel, I saw the Aquarius sign, formed by skipping boxes, cutting Capricorns, by the serpents, by the rivers watch. Fell in love with Kung Fu styles inside the picture box. As the time flocked it down, Tommy, while I'm giving shock with Zulu. Water bend my arms like a pasta noodle. First they will never see the harm, like a hostile poodle. Drawing loud weapons, that's the Glockadoodle. Got him cool, chocolate taekwondo, get smoked, that's a cocoa puff. My mind starts to open up. Ninjas hopping out of it, shadow boxes with my own doubts, my mind's clouded with. When they saw the light in both, they knew they were screwed. Nailed up to the crossfire, superhuman cause I ooze. Amazing for my pores. Faces of the moor, said I'd never seen moves that's as dangerous as yours. Plenty years training in the pool that was formed from electric tears raining. Brain hemispheres changing, cranes come to the lake first. Stumbling strange turf before the alien said,
you have to study the snake first.
I watched him kill a toad, suffocated his brain worse. Like Vishnu, his skin turned blue in the face smirk. Sure, neurotoxins made the blood in his veins burst. The first time it scared me, caused the thunder to shake earth. Lightning in my nervous system struck me, it ain't hurt. I bathed in the power. Capricorn Luna, I was raised to the tower till a lightning bolt struck it. I could taste the nostalgia. Voices in my head every day getting louder. Switched my brain into alpha, meditated underwater as I sway like a flower. My dreaming sitting inside a light tetrahedron, bright like a beacon every night in the evening. I watch the heavens circle to the sight for the seasons. Deep spells only few ones knew. Tree of life leaves fell by the new ones grew. I cast mic checks 1, 2, 1, 2. I make swords out of words, it's the new kung fu. Deep wells is the new Sun Tzu. Tree of life leaves fell by the new ones grew. Electric Elohim style, y'all don't do kung fu. Card of predictor, third godly elixir. The master summoned me and spoke in the rhyme.
There were more students before you. Listen, open your mind. There was the centipede, snake, the lizard, and the toad, the scorpion, the poison clan, but most of them went rogue.
Hypnotized by a dark owl that floats in the robe. His black smoke followed when his eyes open, they glowed. They stared, froze time, it all turned cold as it slowed. Pretended to deceive you. He thought it was sure like it ended in the sea view that I mentioned in the preview.
It's him, his twin, I befriended, as a sea boo.
All was so dark it prevented him to see through. Circle in my eyes, swung a pendulum to ease you.
And whispered in my ears things I never would agree to.
Trained the 5 venoms who's the deadliest between you.
They stole and they pillaged, caused trouble for the righteous.
Gold from the villages, suffered in the crisis. They built a reputation, speaking trouble on devices.
Murder gang, thieving, people struggle over vices. So I teach you Tang Zu to teach your muscles how to fight this.
To resurrect the dead, grab the shovel for the lifeless. Lucky swore to the thought body minister. I made an antidote.
The 4 godly elixirs.
Cleaning up the messages, stole all the literature. Tyranny went everywhere, they roamed like Caligula. I found how to cure them in a cabin that was formed from a fallen giant's ribs. It was found in the sternum, and amazed geniuses who walked around couldn't learn them.
In a fountain that revealed the powers of any person. Their zodiac spirit animal behind the curtain.
Before rivers connected underground to obscure them, they went down to secure them or was drowned to procure them. Traps placed hidden all around won't deter them. 1,000 angels' voices in the sound and the serum. Trained in the twister with my brains on the scripture. Laser point fixture got him aiming for the trickster. My eyeballs curved to see the frame of the picture.
He gained his eel powers once he drank the elixir.
You need 3 others that could save the calligrapher. Underground sucking in the alchemist dungeon. Claim the whole story would end without his signature. They all wear the mask, the secret is in the stare. The eyes never lie, you can see it in the glare. Connect the 4 corners like the seasons in the square.
You'll need the gold panther, the phoenix, and the bear.
Oh mind, ghost spies of the cuts will beware. The first get so much attention, people stuck as they stare. It is raw-headed and raw, thoughts erupting the flare. The second gain the altitude till it's up in the air. She could hear with just a touch, all your muscles prepared. While the bear was so strong, he crushed to despair. Build cities out of words, that's constructive repair. While your shots won't kill, they just wake them up more aware. Now everyone's competing for the throne when it's just a chair. Bones of the undeclared and heads where it gets deep. Or walking toward the mountaintop and heads where it gets steep.
The alchemist looked just like his twin, different color. So he shapeshifted to appear like his brother. Made his feathers turn white, it took me years to discover.
The UFO circle, you could hear the discs hover. Figured it out, it was only a hunch. Making portals with his fist, it was only a punch. Chilling with the loneliest bunch of the loneliest monks. He was sitting meditating on the team he created. Inception at his best, every dream seems related. Mastering the weaponry, magic is a specialty. Your time it developed into actual telepathy. Planets for recovering the tablets of their destiny. Golden discs holding every classic from the golden era. Then the program directors changed it to a coding era. Stepping through the coral, electrical to snorkel. Then back to the present, all connected by the portal. To fight the alchemists, the exceptional immortals.
There they stood, at the edge of the portal, standing as one ready to embark upon another, mysterious and incredible journey. But before we open that chapter, there is one more elixir. We must drink before we are ready to face the alchemist. For after training number 3, there was one more godly elixir with a story like no other. But that, my friends, is a priesthood tale for yet another day.
Yes, yo, it all started on a silent night. Watching old footage tapes spinning back when beats of y'all skipping like a hot delight. He trying to fight, he hiding like pillow rays. Why you trying to swing it while I'm trying to like this Indo haze? Kimbo blade, slice of an essential page of life, an instrumental stage. He'd overwrite to catch the ball game. He had the time to say, car crash in memory lane. She's switching dialect with mad, she go the street from classy. When we laying upstairs, don't even ask me. You smirking car passing outside, the beat was nasty, but it's sweet like taffy. On the precipice of making up, felt a slight tremor. Had the edifice shaking up, accompanied by 3 loud bangs. Night racing upstairs, unprepared to see if the baby's waking up to their surprises. And they're levitating his trucks while he floating in midair with arms placing the crux on this one side of his room where it was raining too much. His dark clouds hugged the ceiling. Thunder rolled from his soul, the sound was unappealing. They hit the ground, kneeling close enough to pick their jaw off the floor. Profound feeling, they both stopped, so amazed that to the left his toy train is dropped on the train tracks. Too shocked to explain that. If every month's a circle, he done ran about 8 laps. His soul was navigating his plane without a maze map. The air was spiral circle, his crown without a wave caps. He rose and tried to grab him real slow. You'll always stay back. It's when they heard her from outside. It's just a stray cat. He giggled, yawned, and everything fell. He just lay flat. Rolled his mother, sang him to sleep. I need a late snack. Wheels turning in his cranium too fast. Orange juice with pulp, he poured it straight in a huge glass. They hit up they booze stash. The liquor was too brass. He's really no drinker. Made exception for this. As she joined in the kitchen, had their heads in a twist. What's it mean? Cut the scene. We ain't ready for this. So they sat and watched the movie, ate a Mexican dish. As he reached and grabbed the phone that was next to his fist, caught his main man Johnny. They still cool. His thoughts inside his brain ran. Finally ring ring. That's a native course. Wiping the tomato sauce from off his bed before his ear was hit with the grenade he tossed. Switching back to pacing forth, meditating, facing off, incense burning, made him cough, and many questions pondered while he sits in the stool. Will he electrocute somebody if he swims in the pool? With his power, will he listen when we give him the rules? Should we send him to school? was his energy fuel. It is what the master meant then about the beauty that he could bring to the world while Johnny yapping over needless things like using them for battery jumps. And no one needs a string retrieving rings from out of the drain below the ether spring for moving heavy things. You can charge a levitation fee. I regret calling you, he thought, but said, okay, I see. Let him talk while he daydreaming about things that came to be. Prophetic vision series made to see that made him flee. Daughter, he was too afraid to open, hid away the key. But that brought him to a flashback. The room turned dim in every corner of it abstract. The night he got the glow, his senses heightened like a jam-packed city getting ransacked. Fritters in the sand trap, hourglass toasted on the roof above the land tap. Let the rhythm hit him if a villain wants the man's mask golden glow. Folks below shivered who be glanced at remain anonymous a few years until the plans hatched. Notoriety just appeared as camera scan fact developed into fiction. Blood edition made it stands cap for many who had seen the footage of the glowing man wrapped in legend lore. Few who ever saw it, people stand clapped of everyone he met. He saw visions when his hands dapped. Random acts of heroism, meddle with the bad rats who mess with him and try to play heroin in his knapsack. Discovered it's the factory, and more than just a bad batch. Knew they throw a blow before they swing a ready jab back. Followed by agents claimed his energy was hazmat. Started hitting faster home, listening to jazz tracks. Head nodded like the bull be on the lamb's back. Miles Davis doing sit-ups to keep his abs flat. And every time he went and did a selfless deed, his selves agreed to elevate his level again, and he surpassed that. One night he heard a whispering sound as he was levitating, felt his feet lift from the ground, while the spoken riddles what exists if it isn't found profound. Now think deep, did birth create you or reveal you? Heard his old master's voice explain the unrevealed clue that led him to a natal chart reading that was real true. Much he started studying the angles of the wheel zoo, looking for answers when his wife is getting real through her, acting like she healed on the surface. It's surreal too, walking through life with feet dragging, wearing steel shoes. Circuits of the years flew, searching with no real clue to the stomach wobbling, what's inside emerging like the seal glue. The thunder cried their son arrived, the watery home birth. Shocked when they first touched him, dried him off and he glowed when he nursed. Their tongue was tiny, stunned their eyes, the orrery spoke first. Aquarius son tried for the rare, but what they didn't know, across the world another child was born with a different glow. Their lives ran parallel, with destined to cross paths, back to his meditation as he stepped through the thought grass. His cherubims walked past while singing at the entrance to the heavens won't cause cast. Switching fast forward to the present time, he stepped in line on which the passport, and he tipsy off one sip he had and gripped the glass awkward. Glasses in the hand, not an A to see the baby three. Doing dishes, cue the missus who done let an angel free. She smirking while he working, trying to learn about the ABCs impatiently. Drew his first letter and he made it Z. If I plant seeds in his mind, one day they'd make a tree. Decided homeschool will be fine. They'll say he's ADD. She disagreed the way his eyes slighted. He was made to ski and sits it anyway. That created a split. And over time the gap widened more than they could admit. So in their mind they pondering if they should just quit. Ever since you started glowing gold, you think you the man. You sure as thought so when I saved you, put this ring on your hand. You ain't even have a brush, asking me for the moves. Finger painted things get layered as he reached for the fuse. To diffuse the situation while she reached for the booze. To replace the while I saved your life, who asked you to move? If you recall, I wanted a bodyguard, you passed to refuse. His ego bruised, her words hit harder than his own enough fist. If he could elevate his mental, she would show enough miss. First she cold, then she caring, he would know when she switched, cause he could smell it on the breath. Did he notice the glitch? Then after this they both quiet as they forward and stare. In an astral body battling the thoughts that they share. As he sets it off, a question slowly tossed in the air. As words became weapons, back and forth with a stare that wrapped eternity in moments way too often but rare. Mental exhibition battle right across in their chairs. They sat motionless and frozen like they lost in the prayer. So their thoughts could flow freely while they fought in the square. Astral body kung fu with punches tossed in the pair. While they dodged and she ain't stopping, he was more than prepared. Because adjustment, it was sorta impaired. He white lotus dip, he barely scratched his aura. He laughed, his wife noticed it, got angry good. Reached for the staff to strike below his bed. Holographic psychic weapons made while in the yoga split. Self-defense classes trained him well to defend. Backflipped and swept his leg, he jumped compelled to the bend. Roundhouse he missed on purpose as he fell in the spin. He smoothly took the staff from it, now it's held to a chin. Kissed the forehead, held her hands and they grinned. A short tussle, an opportunity exercising the thought muscle. At first, he tried methods to stop it and more subtle till he made some points sharp enough to pop the thought bubbles. Falling back to reality, he caught her, she screamed. Back and body, now they laughing like it all was a dream. With roots stemming from a problem way too small to be seen. From Bruce Z to Zeus B, stopped and reflects. With Lil Z was on the ceiling with binocular specs, looking at his pop study astrological text. But stay tuned to the next chapter for what's following next. Superman origin, step into the Z, swim in the electric waves, making jubilee. From a young seed that is meant to be a tree, son of a dragon, tell the epic of a G. Superman origin, step into the Z, swim in the electric waves, make a jubilee. From a young seed that is meant to be a tree, son of a dragon, tell the epic of a G.
Fatal blow.
It's happening again. Run! Run!
CUT. That's a wrap on scene 42.
Cut. That's the one. I know you's about to pass that. I know the arguing was fake, but the headache is real.
Painter, brother's letter. I should cut my ear off like Van Gogh. Stop performing at the Klan shows. Watch myself from the audience. Play piano with lit candles. I mean, I'll still perform, but the thrill is gone. I don't feel as strong, maybe cause the wheel is torn. I clutch in a ball cause I'm sick to my gut. Then I brushed off the dust, stood up like I was touched by healing palms. I picked up my shield and 3 rocks as I'm hearing psalms. Know ye not that ye are gods? And I've been blocked by bouncers, overlooked by the announcers. I'm in a stand with the fans, which told me many of my album was like a counselor. They said songs like Then From Now, got them from then to now. Even deja vu, they said the old man was you in a reoccurring nightmare where you kept coming back around. I took a picture with him. Then he showed me a picture of his daughter in a cap and gown. He said he put her through college because your words stood up for knowledge. Said, to be honest, you like a prophet. I said, stop it. He said, what made you right before quarantine take us to Nebula in a rocket? I said, it was just my journey to the planet of gods, our divine intervention. Just a mantra, I said, for the monsters in my head. Kept reliving, but we true and living. Like 3 supermen then, he said, who you kidding? That was a beautiful listening. Clan came on and music was hitting. They did 4th chamber while I talked to strangers about his divorce and child support papers. Got it restrained in court for his anger. On the cross cause of haters. As goes finish up with the black suede while it dawn. They look around, I'm not armed. They search backstage and I'm gone. Much finish the set, play the next song. Play the next song.
Nobody would remember. He hardly was a member. But the gods was his avengers. With the bars always an inventor. From kindergarten to jobs at the center. From the mini-mart, pocket cars for the winter. Kept a penny jar. What's the odds I get injured? Dreams of a football star was hindered. My lovers died, my brother's demise. My first son arrived in September. Virgo. No more pop locking like a turbo. Stopping in Stockton in my circles. Metanetza, love was eternal. Ancestors, embrace her. Sword in my dreams like Jacob. Wrestle with the devils before I wake up. Or was that an angel in flames who renamed you? Kill a priest to join the Wu-Tang school. Say to them, oh son of man. Now
freak out, yo!
yeah, ma. Mom, say what up.
Huh?
Say what up.
Say what?
Say what's up. Ma, you look like grandma.
Oh, you looking at me now?
Okay, it's your mother. I'm just calling, checking to see if you got home safe, son. Give me a call so I won't worry. Love you. Bye.
I woke up out of a good night's sleep and slipped right into a daydream that may seem like a lifetime. Then the night rewind to this light shine upon my face as I awake to daydreaming to chase demons way to the evening till I'm sleeping. Then I awake, freeze, and I start screaming. It's late, sharp breathing, my heart still beating. Running through the pocket patch, thunderclap, lightning, rain, rivers running from the gaps, valleys, plains, hills, cornfields, sun and path, running back above the map. Is this sleep deprivation, or am I on deep medication? Am I meditating till I'm asleep, but I keep awakening? I'm searching for the requiem inside my mind's aquariums, trying to break free from this lucid entrapment, using music as my blueprint for magic, my inception to my insurrection for madness. Blessed be priest message, each record's a classic. Pray there's no wreckage when her spirit exit the casket. I called her mommy till she's wrapped like a mummy. My first spaceship was her tummy. I ate what she ate when I'm hungry. Humbled, my arms crumbled as the grapes was taken from me. I shook like a quake, her spirit lift like a ship from a lake. Comfortably, when they come for me, I'ma embrace the entire space, the sun and sea. Then shout, Mom, you did great. Wonderfully, I came from the thunder inside your belly, healthy with 1 or 2 teeth. You taught me to speak, then God told me to preach, and gave me a sword for his head. I'ma take hold of the beast. Soon as your soul release, I'ma let go of peace. Now I'm ready for the war that was shown to me. I'm the devil's hunter, that's the spirit I'm under. I'ma chase you to nightfall, to the sun up, to break the chains of asunder. I have insomnia, on my way to the Andromeda. Study the planets like an astronomer. Interstellar, I'm telling with the elders from South America. I'm 51, am I familiar with that area? I'm with the healers when I wrote Rocket to Nebula. My veins are filled with the ancestors' blood, and I'm a replica of the messenger. When it rains, it's just a flood to cover the plains from something high-tech above. The unexplained, the sun is my main. I'm unreachable, untamed, unspeakable, unchanged. I remain the same. Only see growth through my deep quotes. Tell Thoth I'm in deep thought. I could break a bill if they free range. My mother's initials on God's keychain. Storm bills, cornfields, chasing up the Laurel Hill. I'll get at the sworn deals, born skills. Wintertime, warm meals. My mother's gone, I'm on still. Waking up the morning chills. Peer to a dimension fillers to filters. Of spirits for healers. To becoming wireless into splitters. To deliver. You begin losing signal, they're a little. Into crystals in the middle. Behind the moon's gateway in the shape of an egg. No more naysayers as you're going through the lunar haze. Face plates. Infinity in the 8 shaped. The time is wintry, you see the gray 8. Then turn to the grave and say, where's your debate? For this is fate. I start unplugging, debugging. Before my transition, make man see woman. Then plant myself into the seed before the bee coming. I'm still in the cornfield running. Interstellar, Cinderella, said Cinderfella. I transcend from the nebula. This is the end of an era. I wish you good luck in all your endeavors. Release the pressure, the depressor. Then read the letters. Encounter us without seeing a body, like you emailed us. Delightful that it's not when you contact us, it's when we write you back. I used to watch continents fall just by my chi energy alone. I never used stone. I destroy cities by using cotton balls and big pillars of silken clouds. I watched their towers go down like a comet hit their walls, then smash their buildings with fog. That is all. The post verse. Trying to phone home, picking up ETs on the main line. After I crash, I'm experiencing amnesia and deja vu at the same time. And an unexpected close encounter of the 5th kind. The Akashic Records, Book of Revelations, we experience the 6th sign. What the prophets predict, shift paradigms. Do we believe in the tarots or their minds? The man that travels through the shadows till he shines. Factual, they don't attack you, they attack the genes. My black queen took the vaccine. They blaspheme, ask Tutankhamun, they get curses when you unmask kings. Martin Luther and his one last dream. Riding bikes, climbing heights, whiny heights, flying kites. Lighting pipes, Mayan sights, driving pikes. Find a blinding light, road at night, motorbike. Roller coaster sight, closer bright, poltergeist.
Okay, it's your mother. I'm just calling, checking to see if you got home safe, son. Give me a call so I won't worry. Love you. Bye.
Message saved.
darkness came into light. Bed-Stuy. I'm from Gateside. I was born in Bushwick. My upbringing is in Bed-Stuy. And a lot of MCs came through my block. A lot. Big Daddy Kane, Jay-Z, Jazzo, and a lot of them came up. My block was like a haven for that. I'm a fan of rap and the art of it. So just being just being a fan of it made me want to push a little harder. You know, so I had a mixture of gods and Hebrew Israelites and Islam, you know, so it came from a lot of mixture. I kind of like had a lot of this energy that was in there, so it's like a different type of philosophies in there.
But they didn't give it when it came in, it's slick because it never was just set. It was like, you got a demo deal. So the demo deal, at first you stress out, like, damn, I got a demo deal. That's good. But just say deal. You know, once you hand in the songs, then you got the deal. So I handed in the song, but I wanted to hear, yo, the deal is yours.
And 3 of us formed the Maccabees out of that. And Hellraiser came, and then Timbo came. It was supposed to be all 5 of us, but it didn't work out. We got Black Market. We'll talk about that later.
It was my song. It was a song I had called As I Die Slowly. So it was the same thing, and then we just called it America. It was the whole clan. So there's a song called As I Die Slowly. So I said, yo, I got the song. Because they would say, yo, we wanted something for AIDS. So I said, I got a song about AIDS, but it had to be all of it. It had to be the clan. So I said, America is dying slowly. And we just ran with it. RZA loved it.
To do the next video, they was just like, sorry, there's no more videos. No more nothing. We done. So after Heavy Mental, it was like, I was really like, man, I'm done with this, you know? So I was ready to go independent then. But then MCA called me with a check. View from Masada was about to be born. I met this producer that was in there. He kept asking me, I kept going to the studio, and it was like, yo, man, this cat keeps going to your studio session, you know, and he wanted to hit you with some beats. He was working there. He had dreads. It was Just Blaze. 4th Chamber, we in the studio. I'm over here with Jizza. Ghost and Ray is over there recording at the same time. And this dude, I just saw this dude in the middle of the circle, commanding it. And this, I never seen that done, especially with the clan. Like nobody had did that. At that time, this cat was different. And that's when my first time encountering the cannabis. We met sword to sword, man.
The offering is all New York. When I came out here, it was like more of a, like behind the stained glass where it started at.
But then I started getting out, and then artists, I seen people wanted to work with me and things like that. So I was like, oh, yo, this is a little different. And other than the clan, like we was doing it because we was keeping everything in the house. It was my first time out, so I started working with other artists. So
4 Horsemen came, the idea came from cannabis towards me. Can't speak for the rest of them. And then he told me to call Corrupt, gave me Corrupt number, and Raz. And me and Raz already had a relationship, it was cool. But the first one who brought that to my attention was cannabis. He was like, yo, we gotta start a group. I wanna do it, it's gonna be me, you, Raz, Kaz, and Corrupt.
It was just special to me. I started meeting people that I was fans of myself, and like DJ Pooh and all these guys, it was just dope. You know what I mean? I didn't know they was actually listening. I just thought we was making music, and it was right there. We was all celebrating right there, and that was it. Hip hop is here to stay, and I'm a part of it. So let's go.
It means a lot to me. This is all behind the stained glass. So when I first came out here, I moved out to Manhattan Beach, and I came to Topanga, which was a whole different world. This place, mountainy, it's the view from Masada. Is the vision, is the vision.
The smoke rise, they ghosts fly, they both died. They throw tied on the goat hide, sacrifice them all to wall. Rain fall, while tears pour, my ears sore. Pagans don't hear law, dead or the old man stumbled from smearing off. Weird cough, appeared lost, brushing his beard off. His lady riffing from a distance, wishing he cared more. Tobacco called bear claw, the back of his hair gone. I'm writing in rare form, throw light in the spear storms like a titan with hair blonde, or Viking in gear bronze. My mic like a magic wand, daggers in palm, Pythagoras psalms, the master is calm. Relax, moving his palm, near a pond, puffing the bomb, cuts in my arm, strong, a couple of charms, a couple oolong. We smooth when we crush a new song. Purpose, we write verses to his curtains, we gone. Abraxas, Revis, believe it. If I can see it, I'll achieve it. The semis for the dinner when I eat it. The thrones is only two-seated, and you ain't Mike Jack, so beat it. You're like Drac, anemic. Salute, empowering thoughts, a force, creation of man, the seed of Abraham, I am. Empowering thoughts, a force, creation of man, the seed of Abraham, I am. The hypothesis of Herodotus, gods and goddesses, the Eden garden to the apocalypse, religion and politics, arguments between fools and true scholarship. Nowadays, everybody's a narcissist. Schools are targeted, no jewels, names anonymous. Everybody's making claims and say it's consciousness. Laying hold to Egypt, hieroglyphics, Bible scriptures, Apocrypha, and the Josephus, the book of Enoch of those who pushed it to knock, and the scrolls of Jesus. Masons things told in secret. The only ones that wear the red robes can keep it. Next to King Solomon, the widow's son, and the deacon. Just speaking, and my flow chastise demons. Give them bad vibes while teaching. 12 from every black tribe is leading, along with 12 rabbis and magi's were leaving. This fiery hell breaking the spells of the heathens. Empowering thoughts, a force, creation of man, the seed of Abraham, I am. Empowering thoughts, a force, creation of man, the seed of Abraham, I am.
I am the God inside the sun, I'm Aries, son of Mary's, son of Aries, still on top with none compare me. One of one with none compare me, you won't like me when I'm angry. Turns speaking to someone scary, sun canary, sunken berry. What a query from Tamari, ram the health of data. For the universe, the sun declared me Taurus ox and Taurus socks. Sleepwalking, I fought a fox who taught me how to walk through blocks. Torbacuno, daughter knock, Apocrypha, the laws of Doc, Pentateuch, Pentateuch. I can cause the pen to talk, my body gives it Morris Moss looking through the bullseye. I can see the aura watch, but the all is not. Calendars and tortoise tops, Gemini, outthought the clocks. Listen, all the thoughts of rocks. Hitman, lyrical bartender, they call the shots of everything they fought to stop. Ship at the unorthodox, picking up the signal from the sigils and the water drops. Making calls all wars to stop. New Neo and Bruce Leo, Roy John of Architect 9, lead the cathedral. How you hypnotize all of the mind readers is reading you. Most High who made me up from lies that's completely true. Virgos, fur coats, fashioned from the ether zoo. Magic man from deep Peru. Theta Gamma, ancient grammar, placed in amber, nail him with the Abraham Arabi. Medusa's head turned my hard drive to something floppy. One look, I nutted submit, and that seems meant. Typically Illuminati, hit the L like you in hockey. Mr. Superman, Asasi, Planet Rocky, ran with Shakti. Every verse an ace, never seen me dip the new Versace. Birthday suit and title wear from fashion in the human body. Deeper Liberace, weight decisions on the dragon scales, imagine it. I am the jinn, I the mage, am I the ancient book of rhymes? I took my time, no I don't know if I am aging. Zodiac, my skin broke, the spikes inside the eye get made it. I'm great, I am at this. Punch it like I am a fist for one, so I am you. Let me show how I outran a jet. That I am you lit. I am legend, I in heaven. Follow all the planet steps. Knowledge you can't handle.
Thoughts, a force, creation of man, the seed of Abraham. I am. Thoughts, a force, creation of man, the seed of Abraham. I am.
Yo, I'm outside in the front.
Yo, I came through the door. You ain't hearing me, I came through the door, not the way. I was walking through the walls and I'ma stay. Never touched the knob, still I'm on the other side. Spirit in the body that decay. Saw the movie, the Akashic matinee. I stepped out, hoping in the end I would score Jane. Headed to the herb spot, a trip for that raw strain. I passed out when I entered the door frame. I awoke on an infinite thought train. Numbers kept falling, this is digital thought rain. Faces in the puzzle, yeah, the keys are in your brain. But once you use them, then tremendous rewards came. Or be forever trapped in this invisible board game. Suffering makes you stronger, I was gifted with pure pain. Inside the first car where the killers with swords came. Giant ram's heads, can of wickets that cause flames. Distinguished when you master the elixir in your veins. Bad attitudes turn to whispers that's more sane. Staring down the stair rings, endless the floor plane. This world's a whirlpool, slowly spinning was your claim. Zodiac signs on the lid to the storm drain. Around the keyhole, you can't enter with poor aim.
Tell them, no matter what you do, just do and stay true. No matter what you do, just do and stay true. No matter what you do, just do and stay true. The American saga, straight from the root.
Yeah, American saga, more like a tribal chief. 4 chambers in the heart, that's a Bible priest. It's the high Shabri spinal piece. Sword in the middle of the night, chest boxing them, a psychic thief. Smoking mirrors just to reflect, no, I'm too high to reach. Dirty, so I tossed the last gun, say my final piece. Kai Zodiac, last up is the final feast. Got 1,000 MCs stuck inside my teeth. 5'9", got 50 cents like a half a bill. Went through my ghost stage, no, I don't need a mask to kill. Bust the cap into they yo, oh, that's a daffodil. Genius out the bottle, they can wish and never master skills. Sway the universe, let the mannequin stiff. Solar radio, Quando, rapping roundhouse kicks. God, you don't make you God. Woo sign with my wrist connected. Resurrected like I remixed the resurrected.
A spoonful of whole boy, spoonful of dope. Shorty choked on the opioid, going down his throat. His fam on his bed, start hoping he don't broke. Stop taking this hip hop culture for a joke.
Kiss the ring, kiss the ring. I'll spare the life.
Tornadoes in the flesh with the hidden wings. I'm talking angles I connect, it's a different thing. We royal priesthood, we the wizard kings.
The most anticipated, kiss the ring. Scream the name out, for the breeze. Supreme, all real, kiss the ring.
We the royal priesthood, we the wizard kings.
Smacking seas, watch you scream your majesty.
She's not a raven, not a dove, and not a pelican. The immortalized phoenix, universal element. The throne holder with the flow that's most eloquent. Bringing the rebellion, the mothership propelling it. I'm nicer than they ever fathom every time I'm doing this. My energy is like slicing an atom to its nucleus. Interstellar, surpass astronomical. That's why my aura got a sparkle like a diamond do. Soaring through the sky, but I was born underground. Blood on the temple from the thorns in the crown. The seventh seal will open when the horn makes a sound. No time to mourn, you was born not to stick around. To start reflecting and atoning, I recollect the sectors I was known in, even long before the Greco-Roman. Time to bow and kiss the ring, you will respect the chosen. I won the battle before I select my next opponent. 6 million ways to die, they lied to the masses, but they never taught you how to rise up out the ashes. My intuition say we trapped inside a simulation, so I'm here to bring demolition to imitations. I dispel the pressure when I held the scepter, the luminescent, iridescent solar cell receptor. I rebelled and I refused to sell the elder treasure. Time to unify, rebel against the hell forever. Every word word in the verse, you know it is Phoenix. Give the people rebirth like I'm growing a fetus. Say the truth with my chest like showing my cleavage. The mothership kiss the ring, cause we the ring.
Yeah, multitasking through the multiverse, immersed in the energy that broke the curse. In a thirst for higher works, dispersed out your speaker box like beta touch. Days balance equal vernal equinox. High voltage, frequent shocks, outward charged particles. Flares bring more color than carnivals. Editorials, rhymes and written articles. Alkaline, my arsenal, I'm Canis Major. Others are marginal. Fez, brilliant red like a cardinal. Flourishing with other Moorish kings. Kiss the rings, mystic strings. Beyond intellect, holistic beings. Ecclesiastic, legendary like Atlantis. Reminded of divine protection, seeing a praying mantis. King Sharif on my throne, caliphate in the east. My influence increased from Greece to Mozambique. Crown jewel, laying new ground rules. Ibukare, my mind sparred in renowned schools. No parlay, gracious, build an oasis. Spacious, greatness, entire priesthood, traveling spaceships. Connect with lawmakers, Mahatmas, scholarly, those who know the truth about the Barbary. God's professor, private sector, peep the architecture. Tartarian, so on the microphone, a barbarian. Islam, Al Day and Bay. If we Voltron clans, we run circles round Satan like the photon band.
Jack fell down, broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. The black and brown came from the ground to fill the sun of the magma. A rap profound as a lounge, so kneel in front of your master. From merry-go-rounds to burial grounds, I killed every one of you rappers. With my skills, I can heal, but my tongue is disaster. The eighth seal is revealed in none of the chapters. Burn them on cheap wood, this is royal priesthood. There's cavities and casualties wherever we stood. When I black out, I see the bats route. I say things that make the cats crouch. Wings from my back sprout, serpents coil. Anoint the head with virgin oil, drip with olives. We sit in garments and spit astrologic. Regardless, we goddess and goddesses. And thick as the dip with the garlic. But hard as the chip, that's smart, that's trick knowledge. Nah, we kick knowledge while eating salad in a big palace. The roof open and the sky show a rich harvest. The Bitterman man, the black who a thick target.
Hey, yo, musically I'm married to the group, that's a wedding band. Cycle Jordan rings like Thanos with the heavy hand. The ringleader, the electric lamb. I'm staring at the rings like a breast exam. I'm peering up the next cycle at the drug ring, spirals in the dust ring. I made a campfire with the circle around the sun spring. I see rings in the flowers where the blossoms bloom. Like the onion rings out of supersonic boom. That's two holes in the middle of the VM. I seen rings in the middle of the tree limbs. Clothed in the gospel, the noble, apostle. I'm moving more circles than the O's in Morocco. My blow made the rocks blow. Killing sex traffickers, my flow freed the kids in the ring. From death massacre, priesthood, vampire hunters, arrest Dracula. Earth stage, I rock it, never left in the ground. But smoke till I'm so high up the heavens down. 12 angels quickly circle me wherever I'm bound. Morris headband leader, that's the heraldry crown. Like no sort of omens, bodies lammed on the floor. Purple rings of cerebellum, see who answers the door. As I quickly throws, they bang the snow rings like the sound of sleeping, playing ring toss with my chakras over mountain peaks. Now's in the owl chief, ornaments around the reef, alkali, riding on the decibels around the streets. Brainstorm will let's gather the star charters. As every knee bends, kiss the rings of the Zod father. The Don Zada, in a sense, like the Nog Chomper, knowledge chomper, Kaharaja, squash him like a Kalabasa, Kali Lama, Dalai Lama lamp, Muhammad Ali Baba, uncontrolled volts. They all bowed down when we stood. Big flag, zigzag, zodiac, killer priesthood. Killer priesthood.
Scream the name out, royal priest. Leave the blood spilling in the street. King, supreme, all meal, kiss the ring. Scream the name out, royal priest. Leave the blood spilling in the street. King, supreme, all meal, kiss the ring.